Welcome to the SKO Radio Network. You can find us online at skoradio.com. We're also on the TuneIn app where you can listen with your mobile devices on the Google Play and Apple Store. Find us on social media at facebook.com/SKO Radio Network. You're tuned to the SKO Radio Network and online at skoradio.com.
This SKO Radio Network program is rated Unleashed and is intended for mature audiences only.
The views and opinions expressed on the SKO Radio Network are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The shows found on the SKO Radio Network can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition.
From the Rising Star Studio at the SKO Radio Network, it's time for Some Kind of Radio Show with Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew. The call-in lines are open at 234-200-5110. That's 234-200-5110. And now, here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
Star Trek. The next generation is beaming aboard the airwaves. All the wonder, the excitement, the drama of Gene Roddenberry's original Space Odyssey.
Welcome to the Enterprise.
With all-new adventures from the 24th century. With an all-new Enterprise.
This is nothing like any vessel I've seen before.
And an all-new crew. Starfleet veteran Captain Picard, Commander Riker, Executive Officer, Chief Medical Officer Crusher, and her brilliant son, Wesley, Lieutenant Commander Data, an android, the telepathic Troy, Security Officer Yar, Geordi, a man with unique vision, and Klingon Officer Worf.
Shields and deflectors up, sir. Go to yellow alert.
Their continuing mission to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Let's see what's out there.
Don't miss the all-new television adventures of Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Captain's log, stardate 9/14/2018. We're on our way to a new adventure tonight. We're going to host some kind of radio show and do it sober.
We got a good start on that.
Yeah, our mission is to make everyone laugh their asses off tonight and look at me on the Facebook Live and they can call me stupid. What's amazing, Tony, we're here at SKO Radio and I'm just in awe of its size and complexity.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to make our first stop here along the way as soon as this song ends, and we're going to actually start hosting this show. That's my log entry. Man, I'm dying. Holy shit. You think I'd smoke another one? Yeah, don't smoke either. God bless it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to... Yeah, that. Yeah, we're on to some kind of radio show. Everybody, how's it going? Earl McCune along with Tony the Comedy Killer tonight in the studio.
Yes, indeed.
That's just us. Tony, it's just us. It's just you and me tonight.
We just need a little Will Smith, just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Yeah.
And finally, a salute I know everything about.
Yeah, finally a salute we both know something about here. Star Trek The Next Generation with Jean-Luc Picard as the captain of the Enterprise, Commander William Riker, the first officer,
Lieutenant Commander Data.
Data. Brent Spiner.
Yeah, and then Lieutenant Commander Geordie LaForge, played by
LeVar
Burton.
Yeah, that's right.
Lieutenant Worf, played by Michael Dorn.
That's right.
Then you had you had actually, let's see here, Lieutenant Tashi Yar.
Yeah,
early on.
She lasted for like a half a season.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to let's see here. You have
Marina Sirtis, Counselor Troy.
Yeah, Counselor Troy, Deanna Troy. Then you have Dr. Beverly Crusher.
Yep.
Played by my favorite, Gates McFadden.
Locally
of Cuyahoga Falls.
That's right. And then Will Wheaton, who played Mr. Crusher.
Ensign Crusher.
Well, in the first season, he was like just Wesley Crusher.
Yep.
But he went on to be acting ensign and eventually Ensign Crusher.
Then you have Lieutenant Reginald Barkley.
Yep. Dwight Schultz.
Of A-Team fame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of them like that. But
and then let's see here. You had Whoopi Goldberg.
Played Guinan. She came in during the second season.
She ran 10 forward.
Yep, and she actually helped introduce the Borg.
Yep.
Because Q with John Delancey, who probably one of the most popular recurring characters of all time.
Yeah, because he even came in on Deep Space Nine for an episode or two.
And Voyager.
And Voyager.
Yep, and Voyager.
I'm trying to think of some of the other infamous characters because they had just showed the episode because I watch it on one of our local channels because they air it 6 nights a week because they do like Star Trek. Starting at 8 o'clock, they do the original. 9, they run TNG. 10 is Deep Space Nine. 11 is Voyager. 12 is Enterprise. The last episode I watched, they had actually just showed it where the Cardassians, captured Captain Picard and the new temporary captain took over.
Right.
Real asshole.
Oh yeah. Captain Jellicoe.
Yep.
That was played by Ronnie Cox, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Of Beverly Hills Cop fame.
Yep. I was gonna say I knew him from somewhere.
Yep.
And because he was in Beverly Hills Cop.
That's right. And many other things too. I mean, he was in a ton of shit.
Because it was funny because they had Captain Picard, they had Dr. Crusher, and they had Lieutenant Worf.
Right.
Go on that mission to try to infiltrate the Cardassians to shut down their little biological weapon.
Right.
And it was funny because the remainder of the crew wasn't let in. They didn't
know what was going on.
They didn't know what was going on. They just thought that
that's when Marina Sirtis actually got rid of the jumpsuits and actually went to a uniform.
Yeah, because he was like, we have a formality here, and of course, being a counselor, she has to wear her blue medical. Because if you ever notice too, is like the red uniforms are all command.
Yeah.
The yellow is service uniforms and security.
Security and engineering type of stuff,
Yeah,
right?
and then of course
science and medical, yeah.
Yeah, science and medical is blue. And they even kept the theme because
Kathy.
Because if you go into Deep Space Nine,
right.
they wore the same gray outside, but it was a matter of the shirt underneath.
The turtleneck.
The turtleneck underneath.
The undershirt, was whatever color it was.
Yeah.
Because they changed up the uniforms. Well, they did that for the movies, and then DS9 kind of just adopted it, and then they just kind of went with it after that and made it the standard uniform.
Yeah.
But, I'll tell you what, one of my favorite Star Trek series of all time was TNG. I mean, I grew up watching TNG. Don't get me wrong, I'm a classic Trekkie all the way. Here's the thing with me. I love anything Star Trek.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I love every bit of Star Trek ever. I mean, a lot of people bitch and moan about the J.J. Abrams stuff. I still love that, too, because it's still Star Trek.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's still Star Trek.
It's still Kirk. It's still Spock. It's still McCoy. It's still Scotty.
It's still all that. You know, it's still the same stuff. It's just a little different. That's all. It's a 21st century take, on a 1960s franchise. I mean, you got to think of it that way. I mean, it's modernized now. Would I have done... I didn't like some of the aesthetics, like the Enterprise, the new Enterprise, when they redid it. I didn't like it so much, but it kind of grew on me after a while. But I don't know. I like what they did with Discovery with the new Enterprise and the end of that. But really, really cool ship. Really cool ship.
Yeah, you go into. The way I've always viewed the Next Generation is when Gene Roddenberry finally got everything right.
Yeah.
The original Star Trek had only ran for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And now TNG ran for 7.
7 whole seasons, yeah.
7 whole seasons. The same thing as Deep Space Nine.
And Voyager.
Voyager ran 7 seasons as well.
Enterprise ran 4. But, like I said, they didn't even start out as being Star Trek. We talked about that.
Enterprise.
Like I said, this month, we're not even going to salute. We're not even going into Enterprise. We're this whole month, of course, we're focusing on TOS, which we did last week, TNG this week, DS9 next week, and Voyager the following week.
Yeah.
That's the plan for the month. And then, of course, we're going to go in October, be horror films and Halloween shit, So because we got to do that, because we're kind of doing theme months,
Yeah, it's seasonal.
Seasonal stuff,
But so it's like you look at the stuff when everybody got introduced. Yeah, and then my favorite TNG episode has to be Best of Both Worlds, where
absolutely
Picard becomes
great
Locutus.
episode. Yep. Going to that whole fourth season was great. That's when Star Trek really started getting good.
Yeah.
Was the end of the third season and beginning of fourth. And that's when TNG started really, really getting good. Season one, Season two, they started getting a little bit better, but it lacked Dr. Crusher because they replaced her with Diana Muldaur, who came in as Dr. Pulaski. And then, everyone was bitching, we want Crusher back, and pretty much they end up rehiring Gates McFadden.
Yeah.
And which was a great thing. And then, season three, it started kind of picking up its steam, but really where it really started getting good was the end of season three, going into that fourth season. That's when the characters really started to get developed, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Because Best of Both Worlds was like the beginning of really where the series got good. I mean, really. I can watch that episode anytime. I can flip through the dial or even just flipping through Netflix or whatever and put it on. Matter of fact, I might throw some on here tonight. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, you basically watch it, and then I remember, what was it, we were talking last week, that, the episode where they captured one of the Borg. And Hugh.
Yep.
They called him Hugh.
Right, yeah.
And
Hugh.
He kind of had he was kind of developing his own personality for a while.
Right.
Because he was so used to being part of the collective. But then, once he had rejoined the remainder of the Borg, he kind of forgot who he was. He re-linked in with the collective.
But he kind of kept his memory because they started another splinter group based on Hugh.
Yeah.
And that's how Laura got involved, but they eventually went off on their own little thing and they were still always Borg, but they retained some sense of individuality, going forward on that little group anyway. But tonight's Star Trek Next Generation, which is a subject that most of this show, if you ever tune into this show regularly, the salutes are rarely the focus. I mean, the salutes are always a background topic. That's one thing with this show. But we're gonna talk about TNG tonight, and we're gonna talk about that, and Star Trek. Kind of think about a lot of the things that Star Trek created are in our real life today, like the pad.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my God, that is so cool. They got these little pads that do all their computers. What's an iPad now?
Yeah.
Or even a tablet. I mean, same thing. Smartphones. Now. Like I'm waiting for the communicator pin telephone, but we haven't got that yet. But I think we're getting close.
I remember when TNG was probably fifth or sixth season.
Yeah.
I remember going to a costume shop up by Jug Lake, and every year I would obviously I'm big on celebrating Halloween because my birthday's the day before.
Right.
So went to Kent the one year and I happened to find a red Star Trek uniform, and I went out as Commander Worf because they give you all four of the gold pins, plus they give you a black one.
Right.
So
the pips. Yeah.
The pips.
Yeah.
So you can determine your rank.
You can be a captain, you can be lieutenant, junior grade commander, or whatever. You can be
whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it.
So I happened to find Worf. Headpiece, it had all the long hair. It came down here, then it came down over my nose.
Right.
And I had to buy a little glue just to stick it to my nose.
Keep it on there.
And then they gave me the remainder of the makeup so I could do the remainder of my face black.
That's cool.
And I went and bought latex gloves to cover my hands, and I colored those as well.
Right.
You should have seen the look on people's faces when I told them who I was. And they heard me talking, and they're like, dude. And they're just like, what'd you color your hands to? And I was like, no, they're latex gloves. And I had to make sure that the makeup wasn't really going to rub off. So I did the gloves, and I let them, sit in for a while. And, I'm sitting there drinking my beer through a straw, so I don't, so I can let the makeup good and dry and absorb into
Did you deepen your voice up and just like stand aside, I take large steps?
I wish I did.
You should have. Stand aside, I take large steps, everybody.
But, and at the time I had a little flip cell phone that looked like a tricorder.
Yeah.
So it was like I would open it up and walk around like this, and it would all light up like a tricorder.
That's cool.
So, and then, of course, it would be like I had the little pin, and I would sit there and go,
You were doing it?
Yeah, I was sitting there, okay. It's like, hey, where are you guys at?
Yeah.
And people, and this, Star Trek was obviously big. I mean, I tried doing something
trying to be
topical.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, everyone, I invite you to give us a call tonight. Our telephone lines are open, 234-200-5110. That is how you get through to us. Again, 234-200-5110. 25110. That'll put you right through here on the show, live on the air with us tonight, and we'd love to talk to you and get your take on your favorite Star Trek episode, TNG episode, your favorite character, whatever tonight. We just love to hear from you. We did throw out a poll, and I'll tell you what, amazing response.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing response. Almost 700 votes on this. I threw out a simple poll. Which did you like better, Riker without the beard or with the beard? And Riker with the beard was like 93%.
Yeah.
And, I mean, almost 700 votes last time I checked. It was like 693 last time I checked because the poll closed at 8. So I'll check it here when we go to break. But, I mean, that's just insane. I mean, we'll throw out a poll question. You might get like 20 or 30 responses, too. But I threw a Star Trek thing out tonight. It's like 600, almost 700 votes on something. I'm like, holy crap, that's amazing.
Well, another amazing thing, too, is a gal I went to high school with, her first husband, was such a big Trekkie.
Yeah.
Their kid is named William Riker.
William Riker.
Yeah, his first name's William, his middle name's Riker.
Middle name's Riker.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's funny.
I was just like, okay, are you going to name your next kid Jordy? She was like, he's a huge Trekkie, and, you know, I'm like, well, she's like, well, it certainly beats his real name. You know, I don't want to name him Jonathan Frakes.
And you know what? I'm gonna just for fun. I'm gonna call Deb and give her hell real quick. Not really give her hell, but I just want to call Deb and give her a hard time. I want to mess with her for a minute, see if she's even paying attention. We've been dealing with the station issues all day, so I want to mess with her, everybody. So hold on, this is a prank. Watch her not answer the phone. Let's see if she answers. Come on, Deb. She's not going to answer the phone.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Go figure.
Yeah, you're trying to sit there and call her, and
I'm trying to make a prank call, and guess what? It ain't working. It ain't working tonight. Oh, my God. What the hell? Oh, well.
And a little thing, too, is if we ever happen to have anybody listening in northern Indiana, around the South Bend area, what's traffic like out there? I got to go next month.
Yeah, what's the traffic like? Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, just because, you know, it's around, because I'm actually going to go see something at Notre Dame Stadium that's worth seeing, not the Fighting Irish. I got friends that are Notre Dame fans, and I bought tickets. This will be the fourth time I've had a chance to go see Garth Brooks.
Okay.
And it's about a 4-hour drive to go out and, you know, see him. And
right.
So, and he's playing in a stadium which holds 110,000. The last time he played that I saw him, he played at the Q, which held about 19,000.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
So, yeah, it's almost 10 times the capacity. And, I had to wait about an hour, 20 minutes, and I'm in the upper level.
Shit, really?
Yeah, well, and it's general admission.
Okay.
When you buy tickets, you get the best available.
Right.
So my friends that bought theirs, and they were like, well, they're in the lower section. They got through about 20 after, and I'm like, I get in there, and it says 2,000 plus people ahead of me.
Oh, no kidding.
And, you know, there's a lot of brokers, and you're only allowed to buy two tickets per transaction.
Okay.
So, and I'm sitting there looking on eBay, and people are, you know, charging 100% markup on these tickets.
Oh, well, you knew that.
Naturally, so.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay.
Okay.
So, you know, I bought my two, and the person I want to take with me, obviously, is.
Right.
Hell yes, as long as I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, it's going to be your birthday present for the next 4 years for how much the ticket ran, but hey.
Right. But anyway, I'll tell you what. Going back to what was I doing here? Never mind. Hell with it. Forget it. Had a brain fart, which kind of happens with me sometimes. Again, you are welcome to give us a call. The lines are open, 234-250-110. We'd love to hear from you. We're talking about Star Trek, The Next Generation tonight, and anything else that comes to mind. You know how this show is. Those of you who do listen to the show regularly, anything happens on this show, it can't happen. You know, this show goes nuts. And it is finally starting to cool down in here. It's actually down 1 whole degree.
Yeah.
I've had the air on all day, and it was like 80 degrees. Finally, it was 76. Now it's down to 75.9. So we're cooling off in the studio finally.
Finally.
It warmed up outside pretty good today. I mean, it's like last week, going last weekend is like, you know.
Chilly, is it like 60?
It was like it was like you got about mid-50s with the rain and everything, last Sunday, because I was out in a sweatshirt and, jeans and everything. I had a hat on and, just trying to keep warm.
And it like started raining like Friday, and it didn't quit until like Tuesday.
I know. And then it got hot again. Now it's just hot and steamy.
And it's
we're supposed to be getting that rain coming in from the hurricane, aren't we, here?
Yeah, and I'm going to need a machete to mow my grass next time I get around.
Oh, my God, it's going to be... They were saying we're supposed to get, 14 inches of rain or something like that.
Yeah, well, and think, okay, want to know how... Now, this is our local guys. Tomorrow it's going to be in the high and mid-80s, low in the mid-60s. Fine.
All right, fine.
Which is a little warm for September, but we'll take it.
Yeah, sure.
A week from tomorrow, high of 60, low of 50. What a difference a week makes in Ohio.
What a difference makes a week. Ohio is the only state you know of where you can get all 4 seasons within a week.
Yeah.
We've proven that earlier in this year, back around April, because we had such a late start to summer, really, this year.
Yeah, because it snowed the late April.
It was like late April we were getting snow. Then all of a sudden it's like someone flipped a switch. Oh, summer switch, click, and then you really didn't have much of a spring. It went from cold to hot.
Yeah, we rarely anymore get a spring or a fall.
No, we really don't. It goes either it's hot, then goes right from hot to not cool. It goes hot to cold. I mean, we haven't been getting an in-between the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a few years ago when, we had a couple of winters in a row where, for an entire month it didn't get above 0 degrees.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, we had that. I remember a couple of years back, we were in the minus teens and minus 20s.
Yeah, and
really frigid cold. I mean, we're talking really damn cold out there.
Yeah, and it's we have we get it. And I remember I was working at a place in downtown Kent, a telemarketing place. And what was it? I think it was late 93, early 94. We got down to minus 30 degrees before the wind chill.
Oh, my God.
You could set a cup of water outside, and within 2 minutes, it was ice.
Oh, yeah. I know.
I had a car that was overheating because the thermostat went bad.
Yeah.
Imagine an overheating
car in
30 below weather.
30 below weather, wow.
Just because the engine's sealed. Even if it's cold on the outside, it's still
pretty warm. It's insulated, yeah. It's pretty warm, and yeah.
But yeah, and I got a friend of mine from school. She moved with her now husband up to Alaska, and they had to get their car kind of modified a little bit because you have to get an oil pan heater.
Right.
Because you park places and you plug your car in, and it keeps the oil pan warm, so your car will actually start. Mm-hmm. And she's like, what sucks because June, July, and August are the only 3 months it doesn't snow up here.
Right. Yeah. I'll tell you, man, it's crazy. We this year's been really crazy. Then we got in the summer, and it's pretty much stayed hot. We didn't get a lot of rain. We started getting more rain into August and September now than we had really early in the summer.
It's like Mother Nature said, oops, I'm a little bit behind schedule. Let me catch up.
Mother Nature's trying to catch up right now, I think. But
I'd rather get it all as rain now instead of getting it snow in the winter.
You and me both. I could deal with the rain. Rain, whatever.
You don't have to shovel rain.
You don't have to shovel rain. Well, you might have to shop back it if you got leaks.
Yeah.
But it just all depends on... Yeah, I'd rather... Don't get me wrong. I love wintertime. You get a little bit of snow because
it gets you in the mood for the holidays.
It gets you in the mood for the holiday time. But I hate, where you get feet upon feet upon feet of snow, and you're just miserable because you can't, if you get to make it a full blown effort just to go out and get something from the store. You need something you need to go to Walmart, for example, and pick up some just general necessity items. It takes you an hour just to get ready to go, and then you shoveling yourself out or whatever, scraping the car off, letting the car warm up and getting it ready to go, and then you finally get where you're at, and then you trudge through the snow, get where you're at, and then, say you're in a bad snowstorm or whatever. By the time you get done shopping, you got to do the whole process again because your car's all covered in shit. And
I remember.
I don't know. It's the thing. I love being here in Northeast Ohio because this is home.
Yeah.
I left home for 2 years, and I'm happy I'm back. This is 7-8 years ago now, but I wouldn't trade Northeast Ohio for anything. Don't get me wrong. I love Florida, Florida weather. I don't like the hurricanes. That's the only thing I don't like because Deb and I were talking about eventually, we get to the point where we can just have enough money and go south and just move south and spend the winter there, which I wouldn't mind spending my winters there, but I'd want to be here in the summer. Because it's too damn hot down there in the summer. So I don't know. Maybe one of these days. Who knows? But right now, no. I'm happy to be where I'm at. You know?
Yeah, I mean, my sister right now is about an hour inland in North Carolina.
Deb texts me. She goes, "What? Let's call her back. Let's see if we can get this prank in. Got to try pranking her. Let's see if we can prank Deb. Guarantee she's not listening to the show. So let's see if we can prank her."
Hello.
Oh my God, Deb, the station's down again.
Bullshit.
No, it is. I swear. We're it's not running.
Bullshit.
No, it's all fucked up.
Bullshit.
It is. It's all fucked up.
Bullshit.
What do you mean bullshit?
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. It's been down for like the last 20 minutes. I've been trying to get a hold of you because it's like I'm not sure what to do.
Considering you only wait. Bullshit, Earl.
No, it's not working, Deb. It's like I can't hear you for shit, and I don't know what you're hearing me or not, but I mean, something's not right.
Bullcrap.
You're not buying it up.
I'm not falling for that.
Well, obviously you're not listening to the show, but.
You're calling me.
Huh?
I was talking.
You're not buying it?
Aunt Joanne said she wants to see you behind the barn.
Yeah. As long as there's moonshine or something like that, I'll be fine.
He said as long as there's moonshine, he'll be fine. Nope, with a big whooping stick.
Oh, in that case, forget it.
No, I knew the station wasn't down.
You knew that it went down. You think you know.
Hey, don't forget that green bag in your work clothes.
I told you to grab it before you left.
Well, I didn't have a chance.
I didn't have a chance to.
Make sure you grab it in your work clothes.
No. Yeah, I'll grab it. Don't worry. All right, bye, Deb. She wasn't buying it.
Nah.
I do like the ability to call out now during a program. Yeah. I mean, this, start making hey, we got to start coming up with some prank list here. Who can we prank?
Call and order a pizza. Try to do your best.
No, you know what?
No Jack Bob and order a pizza.
No, you know what? I know what I want to do. I think it'd be fun. I think what we got to do. I think we got to prank Dylan.
Ooh. Now, I wonder if can you dial star 67 out of that?
I think so.
Yeah, if it lets you do dial pad, dial star 67.
Oh, it will. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I can do it. I should be able to. Let me see here. Oh yeah, star.
Yeah, if it gives you full dial pad feature.
Oh yeah, I get full dial pad pictures, buddy. This is it. I'm not gonna order a pizza of it. Who should we call? We should call somebody and mess with them. Who can we call?
Who do we call? I'm trying to think of who would be.
Who would we gonna call? We gotta think about it during the break, Tony. Who should we call and prank? Hey, Pat. Pat's joining us on Facebook Live.
Hey, Pat.
Anyway, who should we call and prank tonight? That's what we want to do. We gotta figure. We're gonna go to break here in a couple minutes. Actually, in about 30 seconds. But and Deb just texted me. Don't forget my bag of clothes. No shit. You just said that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Deb. We're gonna figure out who we're gonna prank during the comeback because we gotta. I love having this feature now. I've been wanting to use this feature to prank somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta prank somebody. Who can we prank? Who should we prank? We'll think about it. We're gonna go to break here real quick, and then we'll think about it. And we'll think about it. And all right, you're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. We'll be right back.
You love your grandmother, and you love your grandfather. And why shouldn't you? They're great grandparents. The kind you'd want to have visit, or maybe even come live with you someday. But
what about the shriveled, old, beats you with a bedpan grandparents that some of you have? The grandparents that you visit who hate everything about you and your spouse, who always use phrases like,
"In my day, we used to have to walk to school in 8 feet of snow. uphill both ways.
Or
I had to do my homework on the back of a shovel.
well, you want to know what we here at the Geriatric Storage Center have to say about that? Who cares what you went through, you shriveled old gargoyle? If you have an elderly parental unit that fits the negative of the two aforementioned descriptions, then send that old bag of complaints and back pills to us. We provide the individual with his or her very own guardrail to be tied to daily, as well as experimental drugs to dim their perceptions and quiet their complaining. Plus, each suite, comes equipped with a state-of-the-art, for the 1970s, 14-inch black and white TV with a UHF antenna that also doubles as a coat hanger and an emergency car door opener. So, if you have an elderly relative problem, don't risk imprisonment by euthanasiaing them. Just incarcerate them with us. That's all at the GSC, the Geriatric Storage Center. It may not be a 4-star establishment, but it is a 4-bed-sore rated empty shack full of dead flies establishment.
The Geriatric Storage Center, your last option when you can't get away with leaving them on the side of the road. Like I did with my parents. What?
Hi, this is Bob Fritz, host of the Oldies But Goodies show here on SKO Radio. Join me every Sunday morning from 11 to 2 Eastern Standard Time for the best of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. You can get your requests in by going to Facebook page Yesterday and Today's Classic Music Chat, Tribute, and Games.
Hi, this is Dylan Thompson, and you're listening to our new SKO Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Thou art notified that thy kind have infiltrated the galaxy too far already. Thou art directed to return to thine own solar system immediately.
That's quite a directive. Would you mind identifying what you are?
We call ourselves the Cube. Well, thou mayst call me that. It's all much the same thing. I present myself to thee as a fellow ship captain, that thou mayst better understand me. Go back whence thou camest. Stay where thou art. Data call medics.
He's frozen.
He would not have injured you. You recognize this? The stun setting? Knowing humans as thou dost, Captain, wouldst thou be captured helpless by them? Now go back, or thou shalt most certainly die.
Captain's log supplementary. The frozen form of Lieutenant Torres has been rushed to sickbay. The question now is the incredible power of the Q being. Do we dare oppose it?
Thy little centuries go by so rapidly. Perhaps I will better understand this. Actually, the issue at stake is patriotism. You must return to your world and put an end to the commies. All it takes are a few good men.
What? That nonsense is centuries behind us.
But you can't deny that you're still a dangerous, savage child race.
Most certainly I deny it. I agree we still were when humans wore costumes like that 400 years ago.
Which time you slaughtered millions in silly arguments about how to divide the resources of your little world. And 400 years before that, you were murdering each other in quarrels over tribal god images. Since then, there are no indications that humans will ever change.
But even when we wore costumes like that, we'd already started to make rapid progress.
Oh, yeah? You want to review your rapid progress? Rapid progress to where humans learn to control their military with drugs.
Sir, sickbay reports Lieutenant Torres' condition is better.
Oh, concern for one's fellow comrade. How touching.
And now a personal request, sir. Permission to clean up the bridge.
Lieutenant Worf is right, sir. Security chief, I can't just stand here and let...
Yes, you can, Lieutenant Yah.
Oh, better. And later, on finally reaching deep space, humans, of course, found enemies to fight out there, too. And to broaden those struggles, you again found allies for still more murdering. The same old story all over again.
No. The same old story is the one we're meeting now. Self-righteous life forms who are eager not to learn, but to prosecute, to judge anything they don't understand or can't tolerate.
What an interesting idea. Prosecute and judge.
You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now at 234-200-5110. Again, that's 234-200-5110. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer Guy, Aaron Kaybeck. Welcome back to Some Kind of Radio Show. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Call us, 234-200-5110. 234-200-5110. That's right. And I'll get you right through the program. And tomorrow, while I'm thinking about it real quick, we're going to have a live event tomorrow, a live appearance. Our very own Bob Fritz from the Oldies But Goodies show will be at the Hartville Flea Market underneath the pavilion. He will be there representing the SKO Radio Network. He will also have Some Kind of Radio Show T-shirts for sale, very limited quantity. So, I mean, very much limited because we're down to like 6 shirts. We're just trying to get rid of these offloaded. I mean, we have like a few smalls, a medium, and a 3X. I mean, that's about all we got left. I mean, we had like 70, 80, 90 shirts when we first started. We're down to like 6. So we're getting rid of these because coming in January, we're going to order, we're going to get a whole new batch with different colors. We're going to do like a yellow and a blue and a pink and a red. And, same shirt, but just, different color shirts and, for the show. And then because we're going to be trying to get we're trying to get something set up and we get this online store stuff set up too. So Bob Fritz will be at the Hartville Flea Market out in Hartville, Ohio. If you're in the area and if you're local and you want to see Bob, go on out and say hello to him. He'd love to shake hands with you and chat, take pictures with you, talk to you. Bob will be out there tomorrow pretty much all day long. And so will Stephanie from Throwback Thursday. She will be out there. Deb, of course, is going to try to get out there tomorrow. Deb wants to be there, but we got some prior commitment stuff going on. She wants to be out there, but I think she's going to try to get out there tomorrow. But that's the 3 people slated to be out there tomorrow at the flea market. So hopefully, if you get a chance, go on out and see them. They're going to be underneath the pavilion, so you're not going to be rained on or whatever. They're going to have
a beautiful day.
A beautiful day tomorrow, so it'll be nice and cool in the area.
You can get some good deals down at that place too.
Absolutely, you can.
It's Route 619 Hartville or Edison Street if you're from around the area.
That's right. Yeah. So definitely get out there to the Hartville Flea Market, check it out, and stop out and under the pavilion and see Bob. So he'd love to meet with everybody tomorrow. Then we're going to be out at the Cider Fest in Norton here coming up too. That's coming up in next month. I'll give you guys more information on that after going to the next hour. Yep. But coming up, very exciting news. We're going to be doing our first remote broadcast. Isn't that exciting?
Remote.
We're going to be remote broadcasting live from the Windsor Pub Sunday night from 9:30 until 11 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be live broadcasting from the Windsor, and we'll be able to take calls from the Windsor, do everything we normally do here. We're going to be originating the stream from there, so it's going to be a full remote radio station right there at the par. So, I mean, we're going to have everything, all the capabilities we do here, we're going to have them there. So it's going to be kind of cool. So we're going to be originating from the Windsor Pub this coming Sunday, and that's going to be going forward every Sunday night, 9:30 to 11. So Rick Carpenter, who runs the Windsor, he's going to be the host of the show, and he's got a co-host and everything, and they're going to be talking sports. We had a name lined up, but we realized, hey, we can't use the name because it's already in use by a podcast locally here in Northeast Ohio, so we can't use the name. So we're going to have to come up with a new name for it by Sunday, but we're going to be broadcasting remote from the Windsor, and that's on that's Talmadge Avenue in the Akron area. If you are listening locally, you want to come out and see the live broadcast, come on out and have a drink, say hello. Get a burger. They got great burgers there at the Windsor. I mean,
great food,
good-looking people.
Bartenders.
Yeah, great people. I mean, all around, really, really, really nice folks there. And I do want to say something on a personal note, too. Last week, The Windsor Pub, the owner, Rick's dad, Bill Carpenter, passed away from cancer. And our thoughts and prayers are out to the Carpenter family. They lost Bill last week, and he was a good man. His funeral was on Monday, and he was a really good man. I've known him for years. Hell of a nice guy. Always saying hello. Always had a smile on his face. Friendly guy. Always could just approach him and shoot the shit with him and have a drink with him. Great guy. Yeah. And he's been battling cancer for some time now, and it got him. And so our prayers are out to Rick and the family, the entire Windsor Pub family over there. So good folks, but hey, we got to press on, move forward, and we're looking forward to doing some future stuff with them at the Windsor Pub, obviously here, and good times. I'm looking forward to the good times ahead. We gotta. It's still grieving time for them, but hopefully doing this radio show maybe it'll be a little bit of a healing thing for them too. So, sometimes it does, finding things to do like that. But a lot of things going on here at SKO, a lot of cool things. And then we're getting very close now to switching our automation system within the next, hopefully the next couple months here. I mean, it's a long process. Let me tell you, Deb's been working on this pretty feverishly. We've been waiting on some things to happen. We get some equipment to be bought. We got a new big 4 terabyte hard drive we needed for the music storage, and then to actually hold all the information, to run the proper data. You got to have the album artist and all that. So, obviously we're not doing that right now, but we will be doing that shortly. So expect to see some big changes to how we stream coming up, and then we're going to be adding some more platforms we're going to be on. We're adding a couple more. I'm getting that process rolling now, and right now we're on TuneIn. I'm going to be adding a couple different ones, so just to give a few more outlets to listen to us on, and I think it's a great thing. I really do. I think it's a fantastic thing where we can go on all these mobile platforms and get our station out there.
Oh yeah. TuneIn's the biggest.
TuneIn's the biggest, and that was the number one we wanted to make sure we were on when we got going here.
Yeah,
that was a biggie for us.
That's what I use personally to listen to everything.
TuneIn's huge. I don't
and you can listen to just about any station, any internet, anything on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now the only exception is there's one radio corporation that has their own app.
Yep.
You've got to listen to.
You got to listen to them on their app.
There's one of their stations that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I had to download their app because I can't get it on TuneIn.
Right.
And then there's a sports talk station I like listening to.
Right.
Well, I used to be able to get them on TuneIn, and I haven't listened since because I'm not downloading their app.
Right.
It's like sooner or later, it's just like everybody's, you're going to
have
to.
Yeah, you got to get that. That's the thing, especially those corporate deals, but we're going to be adding a couple more. I will give everyone details on that as the information comes along.
Oh.
And, we'll be adding obviously links to that on the website, according to, Mr. Pat Morrow, who's been kicking ass and building that new website. Also, the blogs are up. I got a blog on there now. I posted my first blog yesterday, and we were able to get that up there. And we're basically talking about Star Trek Month here on some kind of radio show. So all the show hosts are going to have, we're slowly getting access to everybody. The shows will have a blog where you can type in information and throw it right on the website on your own personal blog area, which is kind of cool. So
click on show by show, and then the show host will just type their thoughts.
And exactly it. That's what's great. Of course, we got the poll question out there for the station is how do you tune in right now? Do you listen to us on the TuneIn app? Do you tune in
the website?
Do you do both? You use something else? Click on that poll question. Let us know how you listen to us. We'd love to hear how you listen to us. So that's a really cool feature now on the website. And still a little more tweaking, tinkering. But we're getting there. We're getting finally. Like I said, year one when we talked about getting this station going, I said year one is going to be the year where we start getting things together and getting everything. Year two is where we really start kicking ass. That's when we start promoting the hell out of the station. I know next year we're going to start hitting events hard. We're going to start our advertising campaign. We're going to start advertising locally. Getting the name out. Just a little bit of word of mouth now. I mean, we're all over the country and all over the world.
Yeah.
You know.
And you look at how our, all our show slots filled up.
Oh, we're filling them up like left and right. And actually, we're adding another podcast starting next week. We're adding a podcast. Basically a pop culture podcast that streams out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and they're going to be joining us here on SKO starting next week. In fact, they're getting me all the files today, and giving you the plug. And Pat, what's that website you had? I can't remember it offhand because I don't have it in front of me. I want to plug your website too, your Guru Logics. I just want to make sure I get it right. If you can type that for me, I want to share it with everybody. But yeah, definitely we got a lot of exciting stuff going into year two, year two officially will begin for us as being open in February, but we've actually been here in location next month 1 year.
Yeah.
So we've been actually here for 1 year. I mean, getting into here for 1 year. I mean, we didn't start actually. Our very first test stream was December 31st of 2017, and that's when we first started doing our test streaming, and which is really cool. And then we started practice shows around January when we launched the station being open for business in February. Guru Logix Design, GURULOGIX Design.com. That's how you can, if you'd like to see what Pat Morrow can do for you. And it's right on our website. If you go to skoradio.com, he's under the sponsors section. Go right there to GuruLogixDesign.com, and you check out what Pat can do for you. Pat can do a lot of great things for you. And I do apologize. I am losing my voice again. I've been fighting this losing my voice thing now. I feel fine, but I've been losing my voice now off and on. Like I was talking to people last night at work, and I just completely started losing my voice right now.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but it is what it is,
I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? But
I mean, we don't mind if Deb lost her voice, but
no one minds that. Believe me. But anyway, hey, I'm going to turn this on to you for just a minute.
Okay.
I might.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean, anybody? See yourself? Okay? Oh yeah, I can see myself fine. I mean, it's like we have anybody that happens to be out there too is I try to we're not planning on doing per se our regular beer review at 10 o'clock, but I will do kind of a small one right now here. It's rare. I don't drink much anymore, but it happens to be a rare incident that I do drink, and my favorite domestic beer happens to be Sam Adams. The varieties they have, Noble Pills. They've got their Oktoberfest, which is good, a summer ale. They've got their winter lager. My favorite Sam Adams, of course, is cherry wheat. And then, of course, they've got cream stout, golden pilsner. I happen to try this coffee pale ale. I am a coffeeholic. Cars run on gasoline. I run on coffee. Coffee and beer. How bad could it be? So, I mean, and it's a 12-ounce bottle. It's 5.5%, so it's about your average beer. I mean, they make Sam Adams does make a couple of very strong beers. They make one called a Triple Bock, which is a 21% alcohol by volume. So comparable if you walk in your local convenience store and buy a cheap bottle of vodka or tequila or rum or something. That's 21% alcohol by volume, 42 proof. That's as much as they could sell at a convenience store that's not at a state liquor store. So we happen to, as I've tried the Triple Bock, you need about one or two of those, and you'll feel like you drank a 12-pack. It's definitely not a beer you chug. Definitely not a beer that, even you drink fairly fast. You sip it, and just make sure it's ice cold. And, prepare to get your ass kicked if you drink a Triple Bock or a Double Bock. It's still 14% alcohol by volume. And that it would happen to be that's still like a 28 proof beer, so fairly strong as beer standards. But getting back to the coffee pale ale here, we got it wasn't. I mean, you could taste the hints of coffee. It kind of tasted like what's the best way to describe it? I mean, you could tell it's beer. It had that coffee taste, kind of like if the coffee had been brewed a couple hours ago and it had set a little bit. So the coffee flavor was, definitely noticeable in it. Would it be a beer I could drink week to week? No. No. It's not a variety. There are certain things, I mean, I had a cranberry ale once, and, to me, just, cranberries and beer just don't go together. One's for bladder infections, the other's to get you drunk, So, but, coffee pale ale. I mean, it was a pretty good beer as far as flavor-wise goes. I mean, I'm used to more of like a beer-flavored beer. I don't even drink cherry wheat all that often. If I can find it, I'll snag it, but I'd rather drink like, an Amstel Light, a Heineken, something along that lines, a regular Sam Adams Boston Lager. So, I mean, if I had to do a beer review on this thing, I would probably give it 6.8 to 6.9. Good beer. It was definitely not a friggin' what's the name of that beer that we tried? Oh, Leffy. I'd rather drink gasoline than drink Leffy. And, Earl's a big Miller Lite kind of guy. And, all the Browns fans this past weekend, the Steelers and the Browns played to a 21-21 tie. Hey, we didn't lose. Are they going to unlock all those Bud Light coolers? And it's like, I think that beer will just be rancid by the time they actually do unlock them. And look out when they do unlock those things because, they're going to pass them out. People are going to be taking 3-4 beers. I mean, we know how greedy people can be when there's free beer. Hey, give me 4. Then by the time the line's over, then, well, hey, sorry, buddy, you missed out. So, but yeah, this coffee pale ale, like I said, I would probably give it, a borderline 7.0. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible by any stretch of the imagination. But it's just, coffee and beer, just two flavors that I just wouldn't picture going together. And there was because these came in a variety pack that Earl had, and they happened, there was pumpkin ale, and I'm like, ugh, no pumpkin ale for me. I mean, I don't even eat pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. I'm just burnt out on it growing up. I mean, if it comes Thanksgiving, I'd rather have like a strawberry rhubarb pie or, a mincemeat pie. I actually do like mincemeat pie, but it's just, tough because you go places and, come the holidays around with my family, it's everybody contributes, and I'm always asked to bring the pies. So I bring an apple and a cherry. I'm kind of a traditionalist, and with the exception of one year, I got kind of stuck last minute and forgot to go buy pies, and, ended up having to go to the only store open on Christmas Day and friggin' go buy a key lime pie and a chocolate cream pie, and, I'm used to paying, $10 for 2 pies, not $10 for a pie. But, you kind of didn't have a choice, and there was no apple and no cherry, of course. I didn't think people would like lemon meringue or custard or anything like that. And I don't like coconuts. I wasn't buying coconut cream. So I'm like, how about key lime and chocolate cream? Let's switch it up a little bit. And, I don't know what your favorite, now that we're getting into the holiday season here, like what your favorite flavor of pie is. I mean, one of my favorite wrestlers, The Rock. I mean, we all know what flavor of pie The Rock likes. So... Pie. Yeah, I did a beer review.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a beer review.
Yeah. I figured since I had a feeling we probably weren't doing one tonight.
Yeah.
I figured I'm like,
Oh, okay. No, I'll do a beer review tonight.
Yeah,
you did yours, but you did your early one.
Yeah, I did an early one. Since I tried this coffee pale ale of yours, it certainly sounded better than that pumpkin ale.
Now, see, I love that stuff. The stuff that stuff we bought last week.
Yeah.
I bought some.
The Oktoberfest I like. I've had it before.
Yeah, I bought some, but here's the thing. Now, my work's getting it.
Okay.
And my boss is ordering me a case of it. I'm like, yes!
A pumpkin ale?
The pumpkin, the habanero pumpkin stuff I had. I don't know if I showed you that one or not.
No, it was, I'm talking to Sam Adams.
Oh, Sam Adams. No.
It's in the fridge.
No, this stuff we have that was...
Habanero pumpkin.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Tony. It's one of those, it's surprisingly balanced.
Okay.
I reviewed it like last week or the week before. It's got cinnamon, pumpkin, and it's like you get the pumpkin, you get the sweetness, you get the flavors of like a pumpkin pie.
Okay.
And it's like a balanced flavor. It's not too much pumpkin, not too much beer. You know, some pumpkin ales are just never right. This one's pretty good. Then the habanero, you don't taste it. It's not a taste. It's a sensation.
Okay.
You get it on the back of your going down as an after effect. But it's not hot. It's just a warming effect.
Okay.
You know, just a light, subtle warming. It's actually very, very good. Probably one of the best pumpkin beers I've ever had. I'm very impressed with it.
See, I was like, when I had this, it was like I had a choice between this and the pumpkin ale.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, we're going to review some beer later, definitely. But
I mean, I don't even eat pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving anymore. I'm just so burnt out on it growing up.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff, like I said, I've drank a lot of pumpkin ales, and I haven't been impressed with one. This is the first one. It's called shit. Atomic Pumpkin.
Atomic Pumpkin.
Atomic Pumpkin. Yeah, it's.
You have one bottle of that was in the fridge in the office.
If it's in there, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
That's I saw it.
If it's still there, I'm going to get it. Yeah, because it's very, very good. Matter of fact, I got my classic standby right now.
Yeah.
In fact, I might chug one down now because I could use one.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. It's been one of them days where you just want to go.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I'm sitting there operating on, I had like 5 hours of sleep since 3 yesterday morning.
Oh, God. I didn't sleep for shit last night.
Well, it doesn't matter, I got up, and through September, I still want to go hang out with everybody like we used to do Thursday nights.
Oh, yeah.
And I figure I coordinate if I can get home and sleep from like 2 to about 9, I can still go out, hang out with them for a couple hours, go drive overnight Thursday night, make some money, go into work Fridays or a walk in the park for me at work.
Right.
Well, last night I just couldn't sleep for shit.
Right.
I got about 5 hours. I still woke up, went out 8. I went home, got like a 30-minute power nap. Then I got back up, ran around. I was good all night. Started dragging ass at work this morning. I had 2 24-ounce coffees, but I put those extra caffeine shots in them.
Oh, yeah.
So I had 2 of those and 2 monsters that got me through the day. Clocked out, mind you, at 12:30 today at work.
You clocked out at 12:30, huh?
Which, that's the earliest I've been out in years.
Right.
So, assuming that I could work a full day. And I just,
You kicked ass, huh?
I was just sitting there hustling. It's just like, boom. And that was actually going one. I probably could have clocked out by noon, but I had to go to one extra place.
Right.
And I'm just trying to keep my Fridays light enough so I know I'm out by 1 o'clock.
That way you can kind of relax a little bit.
Relax, and then
do whatever you got to do.
Go home, eat, take a shower, and I can at least sleep a few more hours.
Get a little relaxed before you come here, then you go drive the night.
Yeah, and then I'll get home at like 4 in the morning tomorrow, get back up at 7 and go run errands.
Yeah, because you're one of those unsung guys that, no one ever thinks about. Because Tony works his 8 or 10 hours a day during the day, then he gets some sleep, and then he goes and works at night, just... right now, 3 nights a week of radio, which is more than anybody else here right now. So you hear Tony more than anybody else here on SKO.
Yeah, shit, I'm here 8 hours a week, 4 tonight, 2 Wednesday, 2 Sunday.
Yeah, and then...
Then I drive 3 nights a week.
Then you drive 3 nights a week, so...
I do that 12 hours, and then...
Right.
That's why, like, next Saturday when me and my ex-fiance are going to go to... We did it when we were engaged for her 40th birthday back in 2013.
Right.
So we're going to go celebrate our number 45 next weekend.
Gotcha.
So, and I have plans that when my feet are firmly planted in Clifton Hill, first place we're going to go to is Kelsey's, top of the hill.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
We're going to go sit down and we're going to have ourselves a good beer.
There you go.
That we can wander around a little bit, stop, and then, and I already forewarned, I'm like, look, I'm going to drink when I can while we're up there because I think I might have collectively had 12 beers this year.
Really?
And
there's 13 right there.
Yeah, this will be like number 13. I'll make up for it next week and at the end of October when I go out for my birthday.
Right.
And beyond that, I mean, I haven't drank on New Year's Eve in years.
Right. I've worked the last couple, so I haven't really had a chance to do shit. I'll probably be working it this year too, but it is what it is. I don't care. I don't mind. Here's the thing. It's an amateur night. It really is. And it's a night of the idiots. The only thing I hate doing is driving home from work at 2 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Eve. I hate it. Oh, my God, because the idiots are out.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Well, it's just, I remember where I was last year. I was with our buddy Tadpole.
Yeah.
I stopped by and watched the ball drop there.
Yeah. Hope you can watch his balls drop, but
no.
Let's not go there. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and you're listening to some kind of radio show here on SKO. Be right back.
Welcome to the SKO Radio Network. You can find us online at skoradio.com. We're also on the TuneIn app where you can listen with your mobile devices on the Google Play and Apple Store. Find us on social media at facebook.com/SKO Radio Network. You're tuned to the SKO Radio Network and online at skoradio.com.
In the past 6 months, the FCC has given out over $2 million in fines to television networks for obscenity violations.
That's right. But, the networks are complaining that they can't really tell themselves what is and what is not obscene. So we're going to figure it out this morning right here on Today Now. Joining us is FCC spokesman Samuel Leslie.
Mr. Leslie, how do you at the FCC go about deciding exactly what can and cannot go on TV?
The key word is context. There's no reason to fear a fine as long as your content has artistic or factual merit. Such merit can be found in programming ranging from NBC's nightly news to CBS's sitcom How I Met Your Mother, starring Allison Hannigan.
Well, could you give us an example of artistic merit?
Well, if Allison Hannigan were to take her top off during an upcoming episode of How I Met Your Mother, that would not in and of itself fall within the definition of obscenity.
Well, now, how would that be any different from the infamous wardrobe malfunction of Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl a few years ago?
Well, what Miss Jackson did was a tacky, lewd publicity stunt, whereas I'm sure any person can see the inherent artistic value in Allison Hannigan slowly peeling away layer after layer of clothing until her milky white bosom is in full view, obscured only by a few wisps of her auburn hair.
That would be acceptable.
It would be beautiful.
Well, I understand you have some clips that we're going to show to help illustrate this.
Yes. Now, in this scene, Allison's character Lily is trying to convince her boyfriend Marshall that they should be more adult. Now, if she were to tear her shirt off to show him how serious she is, that would not warrant a fine, since it would be consistent with her character. Or Allison could come into the room with her shirt already off.
But what if Marshall were the one to take off his clothes?
That could result in a fine of up to $500 million. I could give additional examples. Let's say that the producers of the tragically canceled Veronica Mars wanted to do a nude scene with their character, Trina Eccles, played by Allison Hannigan. She could be pulling herself out of a pool to reveal that she isn't wearing a suit.
What do you say to people who say that the quality of television is headed south, Mr. Leslie?
I think that there is some legitimacy to that, and I would actually encourage more of the networks to be bringing in talented people such as Allison Hannigan into their programming. For example, on Allison Hannigan's IMDb page, there's a credit for an unaired pilot called Me and the Boys. Or there was a script that crossed my desk that featured a beautiful female who falls in love with a governmental representative from the FCC. Personally, I could envision someone with the talent and beauty of, say, Allison Hannigan in the role of that female. There really should be more programming that features her talent.
Mr. Leslie, thank you so much for your time this morning and clearing all this up for us.
Thank you.
Are you ready to have your huevos turned into balls of fury? Are you ready to be right for once, no matter how many times she's told you you're wrong? Are you ready for the new concept in manliness? It's time to throw down your clubs. It's time to climb out of the caves. It's time to join the onslaught of masculinity. Tune in to the Manpocalypse with Mike and Aaron every Saturday night from 7 to 10 p.m. right here on the SKO Radio Network.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
You're listening to SKO Radio, where there is no fake news. Fact is, we don't have any news at all.
Captain's Log Supplemental. It is no longer an inconvenient, childish prank. Young Wesley Crusher, admittedly a victim of the Tsiolkovsky infection, is now in control of my starship. Wesley, this is Captain Picard. Do you see me?
Yes, sir.
You will now return control of this vessel to the bridge where it belongs, at once.
I'm sorry, sir. Why don't you just tell me what you want done and I'll do it?
Because ship captains control their own vessels, young man.
But, sir, you don't do it yourself. You give the orders, but somebody else does it. What's wrong with giving me the orders to do it?
Captain, getting unusual readings now from the dwarf star.
Stand by on that for a moment. Wesley. this. Are you aware that you are behaving strangely? That a kind of infection was brought over from the Tsiolkovsky, which acts like intoxication.
Are you saying that's why I feel so hot? So strange?
That's a very adult bit of reasoning, Wesley.
So you mean I'm drunk? I feel strange, but also good.
Because you have lost the capacity for self-judgment. Now, alcohol does this, Wesley. But the contaminant we brought back from the Tsiolkovsky does it even more so.
What would you do if you got your ship back?
Oh, it's very important I do, Wesley, because I must immediately lock a tractor beam onto the Tsiolkovsky and tow it out of...
Tractor beams are my specialty, Skipper. I'll contact you when that's done. Wesley out.
Wesley! Wesley!
Tom,
where are you headed?
Sir, the star is beginning to collapse.
What the hell is happening in engineering?
Lock on, Tsiolkovsky.
Is it starting, driver?
Let's see if this cuts out his tractor beam power.
You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now at 234-200-5110. Again, that's 234-200-5110. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
All right, we're back on to Some Kind of Radio Show. We're here live until midnight tonight.
After midnight.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
And we're saluting Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Cool.
And you know, the only person I think I've never seen out of, that does, as far as their makeup goes, that I've never seen out of their makeup was Michael Dorn. I've never seen Worf not dressed up as Worf. Because you watch Brent, you've seen Brent Spiner and other things, Data. Geordie LaForge does Reading Rainbow, so you see him without the visor on. And as far as anybody else goes, like I said, I had just seen Renee Auberjonis on an episode of Nash Bridges. So you got to see Odo outside of, his makeup for the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen Michael Dorn outside of being dressed up as Worf.
Right.
I don't ever recall seeing him done up as anything. I remember the first time I saw Dwight Schultz play Reginald Barkley, I'm waiting for Hannibal B.A. and Face to come out.
Right.
Just because you're so typecast to a certain character.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you look at other shows that you remember in the 80s. Did you ever watch Who's the Boss?
Oh, sure.
Alyssa Milano, she's a kid, so she wasn't really typecast as anything there. But have you ever seen Tony Danza in anything else besides Who's the Boss?
Taxi.
Well, yeah, but that was pre Who's the Boss. But after that, after that though, did you ever see him in anything else?
Taxi. That's about it.
Yeah.
He was in that movie. What the hell movie was that?
He did a movie called She's Out of Control.
Yeah, She's Out of Control. That's it.
Yeah.
With Amy Dolenz.
Yep.
That's right. I remember that one now. Yep.
And think about the show that's getting ready to wrap up, that's getting ready to go off the air, is The Big Bang Theory.
Right.
And just imagine, are we going to see anybody are we going to see Jim Parsons do anything else? Are we going to see Johnny Galecki?
What the hell? Okay. Well, Jason's calling. Let's take. Hello, Jason. You're on the air. Go ahead. Jason, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hey, Jason.
How you doing?
Hey, there's no Commander Broccoli. He played Murdoch on the A-team.
Yep.
I don't know that about a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to syndicated talk show,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy filled guy that played Commander Broccoli and Mail Doc filled in for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to his political views. He's more like a libertarian. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's pretty liberal on social issues and economic on he's conservative on economic issues. You know what I mean by libertarian.
Right.
And he's getting was shocked some of his views from per person from Hollywood, but hey, I heard this. Hey, when's the remote on Windsor?
The Windsor, it's going to be Sunday night at 9:30. That's when we're going to remote from the Windsor.
9:30.
Yeah, we're going to be 9:30 p.m. Yeah.
I'll have to listen at home. I'll be getting ready for bed. I'm going to hit the hay by 10 or 10:30 because I got to be up at 7:30 the next morning.
Oh God, yeah, I know the feeling. I gotta do the same thing. When I pack it in at 11 o'clock Sunday, when I pack up the equipment and take it out of there, I gotta hurry home. I gotta be up at work, and I gotta be in at 8, but it's still gonna be an early morning. But oh well, it is what it is.
I just wondering how surprised you were able to take multiple calls instead of call waiting, and now you're going to do a live remote less than a year of your station. Then their station said they could not do live remote.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to cut the we're trying to lead the way in cutting edge stuff here, Jason. So yeah, we bought some equipment that was necessary, to take us on the road, and we were able to do that. And it's not a perfect process, but we did test it today. I mean, I've been testing the hell out of it today, and it works pretty good. So we're pretty confident it's going to work pretty good on Sunday night. So a lot of cool stuff we can do.
If you pull it off, they're gonna really take a stance in this. I know they're in the last real live, but in the local round. That's why I know they're not don't want to do Friday night football scores or whatnot. But
what the hell? If you got some, if you got a couple, Jason, throw them at us.
I don't on my hands.
Okay.
I counted, but I'm just saying.
Oh, we're trying here. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you need the alternative. You need to reach what the people in the Akron area that you're here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the next step for us, actually, Jason. We're working on that. I mean, we're going to be at the Bob Fritz is going to be at the Hartville Flea Market tomorrow, representing us. He's going to be there all day tomorrow. He's going to be in the pavilion out there, so he's going to have a table set up with the SKO banner and everything, and have some merchandise and some information on shows, and he's going to be out there representing us. This will be our first venture out in a while in the local area, trying to get our name out.
I'm telling you what, I put you guys that I woke up the next morning when I put that live video, and it was up to 597 views. So by the end of the day,
oh, that was huge.
Was in the 900,
I know. Did you see the poll I put out last night about the Commander Riker, which one you like better, the beard or no beard? you see that poll?
No, I didn't.
No, it's on the radio show page. It was last I checked, it was close to 700 votes. Pretty good. I was really impressed by that.
For the Beard, I just go watch the Picard series on
TV. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I definitely want to see it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Until it's really going to take Star Trek to a new level. But I think the prequels, whether it be Star Wars, Star Trek, or the Bonanza, I think the prequel era kind of died down. I mean, I think people want sequels instead of prequels, and I think at some point the prequel idea may make a comeback, but you can only do so much with a prequel because there is no. I'll say this: it's harder to do a sequel, but you got a lot more room to do a sequel because you don't have to count anything where you do a prequel. It's easier because of the backstory of the characters of whatever genre they're doing. You can just let's do this so it leads up to this and that. But the only downside of a prequel may be easier, but you got limitations. But on that note, I think Star Trek realized the prequel didn't work out so much. I think they should have waited, took a hiatus with Star Trek between Voyager and Enterprise, like a few years.
Oh, I agree with you. They crammed it down everyone's throat.
Just to see how the prequel Star Wars trilogy went, and just to get a full idea. I know you can't copy Cap, but on a certain level, science fiction all the time, because even George Lucas admitted he got the idea for Star Wars from Star Trek, then they seem to be turned around and with the movie. And I think if they would at least waited to about 2005 after the Revenge of the Sith came out and all the movie reviews, and they said, okay, we're going to do a prequel TV series, but also it would have took in the time for even at the time the writers, instead of writing one season at a time, I think that show should have been written like 4 or 5 or 6 seasons, where all they would have had to do was hand actors the script and tweak it if they would have had to take a character off a show. Because you look how Babylon 5 went.
Right.
When I watched that over and over, that guy did not written those episodes each season. I think he was 2 seasons ahead. I'm thinking this guy.
They had it planned out. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think if they would have waited to 2005, see how the remake it and said, you know what, well, then in 2005 started the planning stage. Then by 2007 released the first season of Enterprise.
Mhm.
It would have been more well planned out.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
More well thought out, and then people would have lots of vertigo, but that last episode with Commander Riker and Dan Ford, they didn't need that because
that took away from the whole thing. I agree with you, Jason. Absolutely.
Well, they pretty much. I had one friend that saw the whole series up to the second to the last episode.
Right.
Because he couldn't watch. There was something wrong with my DVD, but he was pretty much satisfied. He said he even thought the last episode was it. He said when Arthur made the speech, and you pretty much knew at the last episode, where things were going to lead up.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
The coalition of planets, a few episodes prior, the future members of the Federation of Planets were having issues with the Romulan Lodge. So you pretty much knew.
You knew it was coming. I mean, you're exactly right, Jason. I agree with you 110% there. Everyone knew what was coming. I mean, the little surprise with the death of Trip at the end, which kind of surprised me, but at the same time, everyone knew that they were going to be in the Federation. Everyone knew the Romulan War was coming. Everyone knew all this stuff was going to happen because you're right. I mean, exactly it. And we're all leading to it, but I would have loved to see more of how they got to there instead of jumping forward 10 years and doing one last episode. I mean, that's what got me.
Well, the thing is that with UPN politics, they move it to Friday night.
Right.
Everyone knows when they bump episodes of Friday night.
You're in the graveyard on TV on Friday night. That's for sure.
See, I got news for them. You look at local. You look at the alternative outlets like Amazon Prime, CBO Access, and Netflix. They canceled the sci-fi, the show called The Expanse on the Sci-Fi Channel. Amazon Prime picked up. Well, if they keep going that route, canceling shows that are popular and these apps on streaming devices keep picking it up, people are going to be cutting the cord like wazoo.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Anyways, so pretty much where things are going to probably, not outside of the FM station, they'll probably be listening to your station more and more because when your people actually show up to do the radio.
Our people are happy to be. That's the thing with our group, and Tony can attest to this.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be here. I mean, it's like everybody we got here has a passion for this, and we create a fun environment here for everybody. Everyone wants to be here. It's a nice place to come.
Hell, I'm here 3 nights a week now.
Tony loves coming here. It's 3 nights a week. I mean, it's just a nice place to come to, and it's a fun place to come to. And we do run, as far as the business end of things, we do run a tight ship on things, but we still encourage everyone, as far as the on-air talent here, to have a good time and do what they do. I mean, that's we just say, hey, it's your show. You do what you do. Have a good time on your program, and that's what it's all about, you know.
I understand that radio hosts are human beings.
Oh, sure, we all are.
You guys just say, but you know what? Just go on Facebook and Twitter and tweet out you're sick or there's going to be a feeling or whatever. And
yeah, we're pretty much all ready to go. I mean, there's everyone, like if there is something that comes up, I mean, everyone here is pretty good about letting me know that, hey, you know, something's going on. We'll get the news out pretty quickly that, hey, you know, say for instance, I mean, just going to use you as an example, Tony. Say Tony gets pneumonia, you know, God forbid. Say he gets pneumonia, and he calls me up on Tuesday and says, hey, I can't do Wednesday. So we have a plan in place. You know, we get somebody in Tony's spot, or we'll just say, hey, you know, we'll run a rerun of one of our podcasts. We have quite a few podcasts in our library sent to us that we're doing some stuff with now. You know, the Drinks with Larry people, you know, they sent me pretty much their entire library. We can always throw that into place. You know, we always have something ready to go. Yeah. So, which is really good. So I mean, everyone here pretty much communicates pretty good. I mean, everyone is in tune with, you know, their listeners. They let everyone know, hey, something's going on. You know, Deb had to take a few days off. She lost her voice for about 2 weeks, so she had to miss 2 weeks of radio.
And nobody was complaining.
No one was complaining. But you know, but she let everybody know, and everyone knew. So I mean, there was no surprises. You know, I mean, we try to let everybody know, and here's what's going on today. Here's what's going on tomorrow. We try to let everybody know as often as we can. You know, and if but you know, for the most part, everybody here has pretty much been showing up to their show. You know, I mean, yeah. I mean, Casey, you know, he's missed a couple of Saturdays because of work, but you know, that's totally understandable. You know, he's got a regular job he's got to go to, and things come up, and so we've been like, okay.
Is that the video game?
The video game guy, yeah. He's missed a couple of Saturdays because he's gotten cold and he's got pulled into work. So it's just it happens, you know, it happens. So.
Yeah. Well, then you guys, I mean, that's why. I understand you guys are not like the FM or AM stations, but yeah, like it's a new kind of entertainment.
Oh, absolutely, it is. That's what we're in the entertainment business. I mean, we're here to entertain. You know, we do this because we love being here. We do this a lot for ourselves too, but we do it for the listeners because, you know, we have a small, you know, loyal group of people who follow us and tune in every day to this station. You know, and you know, we're here for everybody. You know, we're here as entertainment. We're here to, you know, what's great about this is it's really interactive. I mean, that's one thing we like here is interaction. You know, we interact with all our listeners and our callers and, you know, friends on Facebook. You know, we're friends with it. We try to make everybody friends and feel like they're a part of this place. I mean, that's what it's all about is, you know, we want everyone that comes along this place to feel a part of this place. And that's what's important is we want everyone to feel important. And that's what it's all about here.
Yeah, it's, first, but you guys are, I'll say this for internet stations, you guys are pretty professional with it and stuff, but I started about a month ago with you guys on the local group pages.
Oh, it's been very helpful, Jason. I do want to say thank you. I appreciate it. Personally, you know, and professionally, thank you very much.
Have you guys take a look at your local stats since I've been posting?
They're up, maybe. I mean, here's the thing: it's definitely showing a little bit. I mean, it's like a 1% increase locally, but we went from 4% to 5%. But every little percentage point does help. So, I mean, a little bit by little. I mean, that's the thing. You know, like I've been telling everybody with this thing. You know, Rome was not built in a day. And, you know, like starting in, you know, we're starting in January, we're going to start our local advertising big advertising campaign. We're trying to get all the details of that rolled out. The whole thing with unfortunately, this thing with the Civic kind of fell through because of changes in management over there. So, not their fault, just something happened, a little change there on their end. But they're re-reviewing everything we want to do, and hopefully we get a deal finished with them. But it kind of got sidetracked with the person that actually does all the promotions and all that with them stepped down, so we had to stop. That kind of got halted, so now there's a new person in place. We're going back and starting from square one, talking to all these people again and getting there. But they're still looking like they're going to be back on board with us. So we're rolling there. So little things at a time, man. You're right. It takes time.
How long? What about the local channel?
It's in the works, Jason. I'm going to make something like that happen here. I just have not got it all finalized yet, but I am definitely what I'm been looking at here and getting it all done. I'm very intrigued by this, so I definitely want to make something happen. So it may not happen today or tomorrow, but we're going to make it happen soon. So I mean, I do like the idea. It's huge.
I got Alexa, so I haven't used my Wi-Fi radio since I got my Alexa.
Oh, I love that thing.
You guys are coming through the Alexa stock.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they won't believe the stuff they're coming through the phone.
Everything's improving. A little bit by little, man.
I tried to get you on one device. I couldn't, but yeah, you keep getting so. When I started seeing you on the local group pages, you went up from 4% to 5%.
4 to 5, yeah. It's a 1% increase, but it is an increase. So I will. It is a. 1% is it's still a few more. It's a few more listeners, so that's good. And so we're starting to gain a few more. So it just we just got to get them retained, and it's a process. I mean, like I said, Rome was not built in a day. We're going to definitely start the local advertising here soon because I want to start getting the local presence here. We're getting ready to start our holiday. We got a holiday thing we're going to do. We're going to do some. I think we got something set up. One of our people who has an in with Children's Hospital. We're going to be doing some stuff for like a Toys for Tots type of thing. We're working on getting a food drive set up for Thanksgiving. We're going to try to do some things locally to, not only help out the community but also get our name out there too. So I mean, we're here to help. We're here to show that we're a community presence. I mean, we're a little guy here. I mean, we're the little fish in the big pond right now. I mean, but hey, we got a long way to go.
What about the bumper sticker idea?
We're gonna rolling that out too, Jason. We're looking into that now. I just placed an order for the staff for polo shirts. So staff got shirts. We are looking at the same company is going to be producing bumper stickers for us. I believe we're going to be getting new T-shirts made. But again, that's all step by step. We're working on it. So yeah, I mean, definitely we're going to be rolling some stuff out here real soon.
What do you think about my old-fashioned balloon?
I love it, Jason. That was a great idea. I still want to do it. I think it'd be great. That'd be a great thing to do in the spring. We do that in the springtime. Oh yeah, I love it.
That's this one night that I told someone else about an internet station that got blown off on
Oh, I think it's great. It's fun. It's a fun thing. That's a fun thing.
You talk about throwing beans out the window.
Sure. Here's the thing. You gotta try. You gotta try throwing. You gotta be outside the box a little bit, especially in this business. You have to do things that are outside the box. When you threw that idea down, I definitely wrote it down, and I threw it at the rest of management here, and they all like, hell yeah, we love it. So I mean, talking to Deb and talking to Mike and Dylan, who's on management team with me, we all sat down and go, yeah, we love it.
What about, did you call Lodi truck stops or Toledo Ohio truck stops?
Not yet, Jason. I have not. It's on my list of things to do. I have not had a chance to give them a call yet. I've been making calls all week to I'm trying to reach out to the haunted houses now that we're getting into that season real soon. Reaching out to them, see if they want to advertise with us, and maybe we can figure out a way to do some cross promotion with that. We're working on that too, but it's a process. I mean, a lot of the thing is, a lot of these established things, they look at us as a tiny little internet station, which we are. I mean, I'm not going to pretend we're bigger than we are, because we're not. We're just a little station, and but we're growing a little bit by little each day. So it's like I've been telling everybody, it comes in contact with us. Hey, we're the little guys. I mean, we're not going to pretend we're big, but we're growing. I mean, we're growing every day.
900 and some odd views on that video.
Pretty damn good. That's pretty good for a little Facebook Live video. Not bad,
But the guy that you just work with from me, and them, they're not presently on the air, but they said some of those videos they may not watch the whole thing, and that may count as a view. Or I'm afraid someone may view it more than once. But out of the 900 people, 20 of those people told all their friends the old-fashioned way about this station. Just imagine how word of mouth is. Because you think of how many friends each a person has. Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you said, it's getting the name out, sharing it, letting people know about it. I mean, we're trying to post stuff on Twitter, Facebook. We want to do more. I mean, we're not really doing a whole lot yet. We want to do a hell of a lot more going forward, and that's the whole thing. We want to get it bigger. And
Hey, do YouTube Live, because if you do that, then I can. Not all my friends are on Facebook; they just do email, and I could email you email them the YouTube video, because with YouTube, you don't have to have a YouTube account to view a YouTube video.
Well, I do a YouTube Live video now, but it's not public, because what I do with the video, we usually use it for record, because we produce that Scores TV, so that actually goes directly to my guy in North Dakota, who takes the video and then he edits it and puts it all together and makes a nice presentation for it. But yeah, I mean, I definitely might want to do that, because I'm thinking about setting up a second feed here, and I might consider doing that. That's not a bad idea too, Jason. Hey, Jason, you want to hold through the break? Jason, I'm going to run the break. You want to hold through the break for a few minutes?
How long is
we're gonna play another clip from TNG. The break's about 6.5 minutes. You want to hold, or you want to call back? You want to hold? Okay. All right, you hold, and I'll put you on. You can listen to, still listen to what we're going, what's going on in the air. So, you can listen to our next clip. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna play another cut from TNG after these important messages. You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Well, it's true that I fart, but I wouldn't call myself a farter. I'm a social farter. I really only do it when I'm out with my friends that fart. We hang out, we drink, we dance, just have some fun being together. Farting. Sometimes I'll use farting as an excuse to meet a guy. Do you want to go outside for a fart? Yeah. We talk. fart. Just because I fart at parties now and then, it doesn't make me a farter.
Being a small business owner can be the challenge of a lifetime. To worry about every little aspect of growing your business is no easy task. Paramount to these is reaching and growing your customer base. That's where we here at the SKO Radio Network can help. With an ever-broadening local, national, and international audience, we can come up with an advertising plan that's right for you and your reach. Easy and affordable rates are available. You can bring your own ad, or we can produce your ad for you right here in-house. Give us a call at 234-706-5857. That number again is 234-706-5857. Or drop us a line at office@skoradio.com. SKO Radio Advertising. The only thing easier is listening.
In the beginning, Pat created ham radio heaven. But somehow it just wasn't enough. Listeners wanted more. So they went back to the drawing board, hoping to create that perfect show.
Something's going to happen.
What? What's going to happen?
Something wonderful.
Join Dale and I for Radioactive as we discuss technology and life in the world around us. That's Radioactive, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays here on SKO.
Hey everyone, Aaron K. back here from the Manpocalypse Radio Show. And if you're anything like me, well, you're going to need a lot of therapy. But until then, it's time to stop using your mobile devices and your point-and-click cameras to capture those moments that mean so much to you. Why settle for random shots when you can have your event or milestone captured correctly and rendered into something you simply can't take your eyes off of? M. Hague Photography will shoot your senior, wedding, bar mitzvah, anniversary, hell, he'll even do your parole hearing if the court will allow it. Easy to work with, affordable, and not just a true professional, but a real artist with an eye for the amazing and editing skills that are second to none. Look, I'm not just saying this because he's my friend and co-host. Oh, no. He's already done my son's senior portraits and our family portraits as well. And they are of such quality that I can't think of anywhere where we don't have these on display. M. Hague Photography, 330-430-9747. You can also reach him at mhagephoto@gmail.com. That's M. Hague Photography, a real man's photographer.
This is Jack Bob, and you're listening to the new Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Now with 100% more itchy bows.
Coming through, sir.
Pursuant to paragraph 1290, I hereby formally request third-party arbitration of our dispute.
You have the right.
Furthermore, pursuant to subsection D3, I name the Grisellas to arbitrate.
Grisellas?
Unfortunately, they are currently in their hibernation cycle. However, they will awaken in 6 months, at which time we can get this matter settled. Now, do you want to wait? Or give me my 3 weeks?
Absurd. We carry the membership. We can brook no delay.
Then I hereby declare this treaty in abeyance.
Wait. Negotiation is permissible.
You enjoyed that. You're damned right.
Captain, they are hailing us. Sir?
on screen.
You may have your 3 weeks, Picard of the Enterprise.
Thank you.
You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now at 234-200-5110. Again, that's 234-200-5110. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
All right, we're back on Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Right now I'm trying to add in a call from Airwolf Adam, but it's not letting me. There he goes. Adam, are you on the air with us?
Yes, I am.
Hey, there we go. All right, he hears us. And it didn't ring over the air, too, so that's a good thing. Airwolf Adam's on with us now. Dylan Thompson just finally got here, and he's feeding his face with a bunch of junk food. Tony the Comedy Killer in the studio with us, and also on the phone with us is our caller, Jason. All right, Jason, let's talk a little bit more TNG here, since we got you on the phone for a few more minutes. So tell us, what was one of your favorite episodes of TNG?
Oh, man. The best of both.
Best of both worlds, absolutely.
In the 29 Civil War that was directing the 29 Civil War to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
All right.
Sorry about that. I had to.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
The Klingon Civil War, and those were my two favorites.
Oh, absolutely.
But, they dealt with a lot of issues in the time. Remember back in that area, the Vietnam people, soldiers were still not being treated right. At this point, they weren't being...
Right.
That was baby, but they were being neglected, and there was an episode where there was a plan that they wanted to join the Federation, and this plan that they kept all their war veterans on the space on the moon because they were afraid of threats to society, and this one soldier escaped the Enterprise, caught the guy, beat him aboard the brig, and at the end of the episode, Captain Picard being down with a away team, and then the veterans, they were down there, and Wolf, he told the guy, he said, if depending how you handle this thing out with your veterans, we'll see about you becoming a member of the Federation. And I wonder how many people that watched that episode the first time realized that how our Vietnam vets were being shafted. You know what episode I'm talking about?
I do, Jason. I know what you're talking about. Absolutely.
Well, and ironically, I won't know what year it was. 10 years later, you had 9/11, then you had Star Trek Enterprise.
Right.
And then there were more killing and tears in that show. And one episode stuck out in Star Trek Enterprise. I know, well, people criticize it because of with all the issues we just have, but one episode really stuck out and made me 9/11 was fresh in America's
Oh,
mind.
yes.
And at this point, because these TV shows were in the post-communist era, these shows were being from every Western
no doubt.
Europe, every and then the first thing, Florida gets attacked by the
Zindi.
Zindi.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
I wonder how many in their heads been a lot of the people that the first thing when that scene happened, the first thing people thought of.
Oh, I know you know what, Jason, I remember that when it came on the air for the first time, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, wow, they're paralleling 9/11. I mean, exactly what they did. I mean, on a grander scale, they carved a big freaking, giant slice out of Florida, right through the middle of Florida on the show. So, I mean, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Now, number one, in the final season when it was leading up to the Pre-Federation Alliance, was the Coalition of Planets.
The Coalition of Planets, you're right. Yep.
Yeah. Well, there was a three-part of Vulcan episode, and the Earth Embassy got bombed.
Yep.
Well, if any of you guys, I don't know if the millennial listeners will remember this, but any of you guys know one of our embassies was bombed a few years prior in Iran.
Yep.
The American embassy was bombed in Iran.
I remember that.
And that was as powerful as 9/11, fresh in my mind. That
Right.
9/11, but
Right.
I mean that before that, when that first episode, the with a minute after that scene, I'm like, oh my goodness, the irate.
You're right. I remember, Jason. You're right. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, and we were talking about this last week. How Star Trek has done. They parallel what's happening in the real world. I mean, you go back to you go back to the '60s Star Trek, where they compared the Klingons and the Romulans to Russia back then. I mean, then that they do so many parallels of what's happening in the real world that makes stories relevant. In that universe. So, yeah, no doubt.
Then there was the next episode. This one, the environmentalists started going wacko, and they came out first. I don't know. At this point, I keep asking myself why Akron is a desert yet, but then you got the crazy hurricane that in North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, they did an episode where these two brother and sister were scientists, and they were sabotaging shipping lanes, and finally the Enterprise caught with them.
Yep.
Why are they doing this? And they Mike Katz and Picard Riker are like, well, they're not killing the people, they're just damaging the warp engines. So they got put, and Jordy LaForge got pissed. He said, what they're trying to say that warp.
He got pissed. That's all right. It's okay. It's all right. He got pissed. That's right.
I guess that's later when some people played that Star Trek online, they tried to transwarp or slipstream.
Slipstream or the transwarp, yeah.
Must have been environmentally friendly.
Right, I know what you mean.
But I just trust them. But there was also even the DS9 episode,
Mhm.
I think less than a year after the Oklahoma bombing,
Right.
there was a terrorist attack on Earth. It was a two-parter. They
Mhm.
thought there was safe shifters and caused all mayhem. But yeah, it's interesting how parallel Star Trek is to current events. And I remember the election and the election back, the 2000 election. I said, how much do I want to bet? Because I wasn't sure they were going to do a Star Trek, prequel. I thought was going to be in the post-Voyager show. I said, how much do I want to bet, though, when the Federation presidents are running, they're going to have a close election, that there's going to be episodes say, whoa, say, we need the Federation Council to decide break the tie or something. But
Right. Oh, I know what you mean.
They didn't do that, but it was almost, you can almost predict when, and I think if they do a Star Trek that's in the prime timeline,
Yeah.
I can tell you, pretty much tell you how it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Because whether they're for Trump or against Trump. Now, do you remember when you saw J.J. Abrams Star Trek?
Oh, yeah, I remember it too. Jason, we got 2 minutes, okay?
Okay, follow the Earth, the Romulan planet went supernova.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. They're starting to say, well, history was never authored at the prime time.
Two separate time streams. That's what they're saying. Yeah.
So, anyway, what in the real world, what happens when a group of people loses, gets run out or out of their homes? What is the first thing they do? They normally immigrate to neighboring countries.
Right, exactly.
And I'm guaranteed that there's going to be the Romulans are going to be an immigration problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Federation more because it's a rebel show, and I have my reasons. I agree with Trump. I don't have any against anybody coming over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the reason I think they should come here legally is just to verify who they are in the post 9/11 world. Now, if 9/11 never happened, I would probably be one of these people on board with Nancy Pelosi, but I think Trump has a point. But I do see that they're going to, and I hope they don't have a bias. I hope they play devil's advocate, where they said, well, we have to help, we can't just let these Romulans to cross our borders.
Right.
On the other hand, we can't just do nothing, and I think there's going to be some Romulans are going to come desperate, and everyone thinks it's going to be.
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, because I hopefully this Picard thing, this news thing comes out, next year or the year after. They address some of that. I hope to see that, but I think it's going to be interesting.
I think the Romulans having no home.
Right.
Will be
They're gonna be this.
I hope they
bunch of refugees.
I hope they I hope they play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of my bias, because I voted for Trump, but I hope they take both sides. Look,
Right.
on one hand, we can't let these Romulans cross our border with us. On the other hand, we can't just sit there and do nothing. And I think it would be kind of maybe if the series plays a double advocate.
Right.
Maybe the American people could come together
Yeah.
to get Trump and the Democrats to come to a compromise.
Oh, I don't want to get political, Jason. I don't want to get political. Anyway, Jason, I got to run along. I got to run along, Jason. I got to run along.
I hope I didn't make you mad.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all, my friend.
I'm sure they'd love to talk politics on Sunday. Firearms, freedoms, and facts, Tony. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Jason. We'll talk to you later, buddy. All right, we'll talk to you later, buddy.
6 to 8 on Fridays there, Jason.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for the call, man. Always good talking about some Star Trek. It's always fun. All right, Jason. Jason had to go. All right, we're going to get off here. We're going to be right back. Some kind of radio show on SKO.
Welcome to the SKO Radio Network. You can find us online at skoradio.com. We're also on the TuneIn app where you can listen with your mobile devices on the Google Play and Apple Store. Find us on social media at facebook.com/SKO Radio Network. You're tuned to the SKO Radio Network and online at skoradio.com.
In a little bit, Julia Murray is going to join us. She's the author of the new diet book, Shit Yourself Thin.
Have you seen the pictures of her? She looks great. That woman
Fabulous.
has shit off so much weight. It's
Oh, my
unbelievable.
God. Well, listen, first up, it's been a landmark week for women and science.
That's right.
After over 120 years of research, Cosmopolitan's officially cataloged every possible way a woman can please her man.
Wow, that is quite amazing.
Joining us now is Cosmopolitan's lead Moan Zone researcher, Dr. Rachel Steinberg. Dr. Steinberg, congratulations.
Thanks, Tracy. We've accurately mapped every super hot sex zone on the male human body, empirically proven to make your man's legs turn to jello.
Here's a peek into Cosmo's Man-Pleasing Institute.
We had to rigorously test every nerve ending for potential sizzle-inducing properties.
Tell us about some of the early discoveries of the project.
In the early 1920s, we discovered a previously unknown pleasure point located a little bit above the buttocks on the lower back. That was a huge find. In fact, it opened up over 200 completely new ways to give men pleasure.
Unbelievable. It must feel great to know that your research is helping so many people around the world as well.
Well, Cosmos Research Center was founded to make sure that men everywhere get the most sexual pleasure humanly possible in their lifetime. And I think now that goal is finally attainable.
That is
Amazing.
terrific news.
Certainly, Dr. Steinberg, your work does not stop here. What is next?
Maybe the sensual pleasures of women or something like that. No?
Such a
Not
kidder.
fertile ground, to use a bad word? Okay.
You are listening to the SKO Radio Network.
This is very important to me. I believe that I can do more.
Hasn't that been the problem all along? Throughout your career, you've had lofty goals, but you've never been willing to do what's necessary to attain them.
Would that be your evaluation as well, Commander?
I think I have to agree with the counselor. If you want to get ahead, you have to take chances. Stand out in a crowd. Get noticed.
I see.
Now, we don't want to lose you. You're a very good officer.
Just not one who stands out.
Why don't I talk to Commander LaForge in engineering and see what we can do? But command? Well, we'll see.
Senior officers, please report to the captain's ready room.
Acknowledged.
We should talk about this later.
All right, Q, that's enough. You've made your point. Q.
I'm forged to Lieutenant Picard. I'm still waiting for that statistical analysis.
I'm on my way, sir. Main engineering. Having a good laugh now, Q. Does it amuse you to think of me living out the rest of my life as a dreary man in a tedious job?
I gave you something most mortals never experience. A second chance at life. And now all you can do is complain?
I can't live out my days as that person. That man is bereft of passion and imagination. That is not who I am.
Au contraire, he's the person you wanted to be. One who was less arrogant and undisciplined in his youth. One who was less like me. The Jean-Luc Picard you wanted to be, the one who did not fight the Nausicaan, had quite a different career from the one you remember. That Picard never had a brush with death, never came face to face with his own mortality, never realized how fragile life is or how important each moment must be. So his life never came into focus. He drifted through much of his career with no plan or agenda, going from one assignment to the next, never seizing the opportunities that presented themselves. He learned to play it safe. And he never, ever got noticed by anyone.
You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now at 234-200-5110. Again, that's 234-200-5110. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
All right, we're back here for another 2 hours here on Some Kind of Radio Show.
Joy, joy, joy.
Joy, joy, joy. And we're going to get ready to start another Facebook Live video here in just a moment.
Hi, everybody. Dylan's here.
Dylan's here. Dilphus is here.
Yep.
It's Dilphus.
And the ratings plummet.
And the ratings go to shit. But anyway, we'd love to hear from Airwolf Adam's with us. Hey, Adam, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. How you doing?
Oh, good. So we got you on the air. So tell us, what was your favorite TNG episode?
Oh, it's probably going to be Measure of a Man.
Measure of a Man was a great episode. Great episode. You remember that one, Tony?
Yes, I do.
Oh, great episode. Great episode.
And it's hard to say that one specifically because there are just so many good TNG episodes, but out of the first two seasons, that's probably my favorite. And out of all of them, it helps you deal with the matter of sentience beyond human beings.
Yeah, and that whole thing where, it sucked, it's kind of, because Riker was forced to play the prosecution to get Data, deactivated and torn apart by that Commander Maddox.
Yep.
So, and I know that was, because he's like, how can I do that? That's my friend, and
yeah.
But Picard, he went up and did his Picard thing, and he won, and Data kept his his individuality basically because they were trying to deem him as property. It's like, yeah. That's and it's like Starfleet is seeks out new life. Well, there it sits. That's that line I remember from the episode very, very clearly to this day. I'll never forget it.
And then one note too is you never see Data really be insubordinate. They had showed the one episode where they had those little worker robots that the one scientist invented.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like he's trying to discover new. They figure they're artificial intelligence, and he's like, well, no, I won't do this because he's trying to see if if these are new life forms,
Right.
Because they kind of develop and think for themselves when they're built.
Yeah, I forget what the hell those things were called, but
exocomps.
Exocomps, yes.
Exocomps, yes.
The exocomps, that's right.
I like Star Wars.
Yeah. We don't like you now. If you like Star Wars, you must leave.
All right, that's fine.
Fuck up.
That's fine. I'll go home and sleep.
All right. Okay, it is.
I need to drink this beer first.
It is the 10 p.m. hour, so we are going to do the traditional beer review.
Yep, we're reviewing Miller Lite.
No, we're not reviewing Miller Lite.
No, that's
please. That's
if we get
Miller Lite is our go-to sessional beer, but
if we get that desperate, we'll review Miller Lite. I give it a solid 3 out of 10.
Were you here?
You're gonna have to hold the bottle there, buddy.
I know. I can't.
Here, pass me the beer and I'll open it. All right.
Were you here the week we reviewed Colt 45?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a review.
Yeah.
It was a very low score.
Negative 45.
I was like, this tastes like Colt shit.
Yeah. I was like, we got to do it as a mystery.
Yeah, mystery. Yeah.
So I poured it, and they were like, I'm like,
so we ready to do this beer review?
Of course.
All right, tonight's beer review, Sam Adams Pumpkin Ale.
Yeah, we're on a pumpkin kick.
Nothing will beat that.
What'd you review last week?
What did I review last week? I don't even remember what I reviewed last week. I don't think I did a beer review.
No,
last
I don't
week.
think we did.
We didn't review a beer last week. Didn't know.
Breaking tradition.
Well, I didn't have a beer to review.
You didn't have a beer partner.
I didn't have a beer partner. Well, Mike showed up, but we didn't really do a beer review. But,
you just reviewed the beer as it went in.
Anyway, this is a Sam Adams Pumpkin Ale. Ale with pumpkin and spices added, 5.7% alcohol by volume, 12 IBUs.
That's low.
Low, very low. So, Dylan, you want to give the first swig and first review?
Sure, why not?
Let's do that. We'll just pass the phone back and forth.
Why not? We'll pass the phone.
Not? Yeah, we'll just pass. Cause we're just going to do it. So Dylan's going to take his first swig.
All right. However many swigs I want.
Yeah.
There's no fucking rules.
There's no fucking rules. Okay, there we go.
Not bad.
Not bad?
Not bad.
Not bad?
All
right. I got to take mine here. Hold on a minute. I can hold it. Do I have to be watched when I swing?
Yeah, you have to be watched.
I have to be watched. All right, here we go.
All right.
Just to prove I'm actually drinking it.
Yep, just to prove it. Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. Not as good.
Not as good as the other one.
I think now, if I had this first,
I would probably enjoy this a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's a good pumpkin ale.
It's got good pumpkin. It's just missing other spices.
Yeah, it's missing others. Like with the other one, it's missing that little something. You know what I mean?
It's just missing the other spices.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
All right, we're just gonna pass the phone back and forth. This is what we do here. We're going low tech here.
Pass the phone.
And all right. So anyway, go ahead. Let's give it a review score there.
Well, what did I give the other one? Like a 7.5, 7.8?
I thought it was higher than that. I gave it an 8. I gave it the other one for me. The other one for me was 8.6.
Yeah, you gave it a high 8. I gave it a lower score with the notion that we're coming back to it once it gets cooler out.
Mm-hmm. What's cooler out? But not really.
Not really. It was in the 80s today.
Yeah.
It was cooler out over the weekend.
It was cooler out when there was a hurricane in Ohio.
It was cooler out over the weekend.
I mean, I guess I'm not really sold on the. It's an ale with pumpkin and spices added, but where there's no spices in it.
Yeah, I don't get the spices either.
It's.
I just get pumpkin.
Pumpkin in beer.
Pumpkin in beer. That's exactly what I get in it. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
That being said,
it's what it is. It's a pumpkin ale. It tastes what it's advertised what it is.
I enjoy this beer.
Mm-hmm.
Don't enjoy it as much as that Atomic Pumpkin.
No.
But that notwithstanding, I'm gonna go with a 6.9.
6.9.
Good thing ruined by a period.
All right, let me get another sip here just to refresh my.
Good thing ruined by a period.
Yeah. Good thing ruined by a period.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Hi, Earl. I'll finish this beer.
Well, I'll finish it too, but.
Sam Adams makes good beer.
It's good beer. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good pumpkin ale. But like I said, it's missing something. For me, it's missing something.
Right.
I don't know if it's that little dash of heat.
It's not necessarily the heat.
The spice.
I think it's the cinnamon.
I don't think it's got enough spice.
I think
to
it's
it.
the cinnamon.
Yeah,
It's
there's not
missing.
enough in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be right with you. I'm going to go. I'll be in the 7s with you. I'll be 7.1.
Yeah.
That's
you
where
see,
I'm at.
you like the pumpkin a little bit more than
I like the
do.
pumpkin a little bit more, but
That's just when we get into Christmas.
yeah.
that'll
We're going to be
be-
really hitting those up.
That'll be.
We're going to be hitting the chocolate box and things like that.
yeah.
You know, the chocolate cherry things like
that,
that. You know,
get
getting to the stouts and the really deep
The
rich
stuff
stuff.
that you have a couple and you'll stumble home.
You're right.
But
you know, one beer I really miss and hasn't been produced in probably about 3 or 4 years.
Oh, Shock Top.
Shock Top chocolate wheat.
Yep.
I haven't seen that in years. I don't think they made that. I haven't made it in like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And I really miss that one. That one was good.
Yeah.
That was a really good because it was light.
haven't had it.
Because it was a light, crisp beer.
I was a baby.
It was a light, crisp beer, but it had a good chocolate flavor to it. So
Sure.
it really mixed. It was like drinking a chocolate. It's like, to me, it compared it to like Cocoa Krispies. You know what I mean? As far as like.
Sure. What was that? What's that?
The phone, and it shouldn't be ringing.
That's weird. That's really weird.
Oh, it's ringing over there.
Yeah, it's ringing over there.
That's right, because I have it on
That's
that phone.
weird.
Because I have it on that system too. It's ringing there.
See, I told you could do that.
I got to turn it off over there.
I told you could.
I got to turn the phone.
So here's a true story. We're sitting at the bar, and
Dr. Doug, what's up, buddy?
Oh, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
So you're sitting at the bar.
So here's a true story. We're sitting at the bar trying to figure out how to do remote capabilities.
Oh God, this turned into an argument.
And
it was like a three-way argument.
And no
believe it or
shit,
not.
no shit. There I was. I said, why can't we just put all the programs onto the laptop? No, we can't do that. Well, guess what we can do, Earl?
Yeah.
What can we do? Why don't you tell the listeners at home what we can do?
We can
put all the programs on a laptop
and run it there.
And run it there.
And run it remote.
Who was right?
Run a full remote.
Dylan was
I
right.
need to shut the ringer off on that.
All right. Well, we can do that over the break.
Over the break, I'll shut the ringer off on. So, Dr. Doug, what's going on? How are things down in your neck of the woods, there, buddy?
Oh, it's been a rough week. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Here, you want that back?
Yeah.
Just business stuff and craziness, and I just went to the Walmart self-checkout, buying 116 folders.
Oh really? Sounds like fun.
Yeah, they had to be scanned one at a time. So.
Oh, one at a time. Jesus Christ! So you were probably there like 3 hours.
About 20 minutes.
Oh, well, I mean, about 3 hours, 20 minutes. 20 minutes in Walmart feels like 3 hours anytime. That's the way I feel about it. Anytime I'm at Walmart. I hate going to Walmart, and that's my personal opinion. So the views and the opinions are expressed by me, and that's my point, and that's all I'm going to say.
No,
We're, the business I'm with, we actually applied to be part of a
Oh my!
I had to do it. Especially with Adam on the phone, I had to play that.
Could have just done it for you.
Yeah, I know. It's just one touch. It's just a touch of a button. I love it. But anyway, nothing does beat this. So I mean, listen to this over real quick, Dr. Doug. This is nothing will ever beat this.
I feel like my balls want to just explode.
Oh.
Do you need some dressing for that tossed salad?
Need some dressing for that tossed salad. Dylan will make his homemade.
Yeah.
What about some Italian? Maybe some Thousand Island.
I can provide some blue cheese.
Cream of Dylan. Yeah, something like that. So, Dr. Doug, are you a Star Trek fan?
A little bit.
A little bit. Do you watch TNG, Next Generation?
I've watched it. I've watched a little bit of it over the years.
A little bit. All right. So you wouldn't really probably have a favorite episode then.
No, not necessarily a favorite episode.
Yeah.
Not really like the one thing I like to watch, but some of the characters.
Yeah.
The one that LeVar Burton did.
Oh yeah, Geordi LaForge. Yeah, that was a good character. Top of the
Of
old.
course, Spock.
You're right.
Actually, one of the better ones.
Oh yeah. Can't go wrong there. Yeah, tonight's the Next Generation salute we're doing. We're week 2 of 4 of Star Trek salutes here. So.
Oh yeah. I was actually watching your video episode on YouTube.
Yeah, isn't that very well produced?
Very well produced.
Yeah, I think the man that does all the work is on the line right now, Adam Leto.
Yeah, please tell him congrats on a job well done, please.
He can hear you.
You can tell him yourself.
You can tell him he's on the line.
Oh, well, I didn't know if you were on the line. If I'm watching a drunk going the wrong way.
No, he's on the line.
No, good job, Adam. Very well produced and done.
Thank you.
Pardon me 1 second.
I'm going to do something similar to this one, too.
Be on the right side of the road. Anyway, it's a normal Friday night in Nashville.
Yeah. The typical Friday night.
How's Steph doing, too, by the way?
She's doing fine. She's actually making moonshine tonight, so she's doing good.
Well, I guess in the most literal sense, you'll be lit when you get home. Oh.
Well, I don't think she's not drinking it tonight, hopefully, so that's a good thing. But
if she is, her farts will smell.
If she is, her farts will smell, yes. But they stink anyway, dude. Come on.
Not her.
No, her farts smell like the last shit I took. I mean, come on, let's just put it that way. My shit stinks. Hers are worse. Let's just put it that way. Hers reeks of awesomeness. That's all I'm gonna say. Whew, man.
Yeah.
You got butt sweat. You got butt sweat and shit coming out of the out of her ass. It's not good.
You know what? I think I know what it might look like.
It's not good. Not good. You know. And then you get then you might have a void pop every now and then. I don't know.
Maybe some Tums, a side of Tums.
Side of something.
The only thing I can think of is, yes, I have to bring it up.
Oh God.
Yes. It's a melted tub of Neapolitan.
Yeah. It's like week old Neapolitan ice cream. It's sat out for like a week in the sun.
Yeah, and unfortunately it's mostly chocolate.
Yeah, it's all melted together and just it smells like stinky taint. That's.
Oh my.
Oh shit. But you know, if I keep talking like that, you know, I'm gonna be rude.
You keep using language like that, and you're gonna find yourself out of a job.
Wait, how's that so? He has his own job.
Yeah, right.
I might be thrown off the air, but he gets to do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, you know. It's all on who you know.
I know you.
Yeah, I know you. So
well, we're good.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
So who is your favorite character, Earl?
Mine, you know, I'll tell you what. I mean, as far as TNG characters, I got to go hands down. I'm a Captain Picard fan, hands down. You know, to baldly go where no man's gone before. But no, I'm a big Patrick Stewart fan as it is. I mean, I enjoy all his work.
The King and I.
The King and I. I mean, he's good.
Moby
Dick. He's good in anything. You know, Professor X.
Yeah,
He's great. I mean, anything he's done is pretty much turned to gold. I mean, he's a hell of an accomplished actor. Whatever he plays, he makes it believable. You know, and the way he does plays Picard. I mean, awesome character. You know, I mean,
a Frenchman with an English accent.
And
you know what he drinks? Tea, Earl Grey, hot.
Captain Picard of the Enterprise. He's Captain Picard.
Meet me in my ready room.
Now,
Yeah.
I got a ready room at home.
I got a ready room right next door. Ladies, no, I'm just kidding.
Now, within like the different series of Star Trek, which one would you say is the best?
You know,
overall?
best series of all. It's a toss-up for me between. See, I'm always going to be a fan of the original series because I mean that's for me. You know, that's what started it all. I love TNG. You know, I'm really a fan of Deep Space Nine. I like Voyager a little bit. You know, I never was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like them all. I mean, there hasn't been a Star Trek that hasn't came out that I haven't liked. But you know, I mean, if there's one I'm going to turn on whenever it's on, is TNG.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have light.
And the light brightened up again. Yeah. But it's funny how it does that every once in a while. But no, TNG for me is probably my hands down favorite of all of them. You know, I mean, it really, you know, it was said earlier. You know, it's where it's where Gene Roddenberry's vision really came true. Yeah. You know, was what Star Trek TNG turned into. And don't get me wrong, I love DS9 too. Voyager's good. You know, I mean, they're all good. Yeah. But for me, it's going to be TNG. I mean, this was the week I was looking forward to the most.
One of the other actors, you know, was, what's his name? William Shatner.
William Shatner. He's going to actually be in town here pretty soon doing his one-man show down the road from here. I'm getting a ticket to that, and I'm going to that show.
Who are you?
Yes, I am.
You are?
I am.
Yes?
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I'm going to go see William Shatner when he comes in town.
Yeah. You know, he actually lives just outside of Lexington, Kentucky most of the time.
Yes. He's got him and his horses.
Horsies.
He's got his horsies. That's right. He's got a lot of horsies. He's got a ton of horsies. Ton of horsies. You know, he's a big he's a big equestrian. I mean, hands down. He loves riding his horses. He loves breeding his horses. I think he likes doing his horses too. I don't know. I mean, he might even stroke them off himself. Who knows? But no, he's a horse guy.
Too much time in the South.
Yeah.
He likes to get the hoof up anyway.
Yes, he does. But you know, I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, for his age, he still looks really damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, really
He's
good.
in his mid-80s.
He's in his mid-80s. What, Adam, how old is he? Like 80, 86, 87, something like that? 86?
I'd have to look back.
He'll die soon.
Yeah, he could probably be one of those guys that go to 106. I can see it. But he's still going. He's still going strong. He's still acting. He's still producing. He's still doing videos. He's still doing. He's doing documentaries. He's going strong. He's a busy man. Put on a little weight over the years, but
he's 87.
87, God.
87 years old.
Doesn't look it though, does he? I mean, he doesn't look it.
No.
I mean, he doesn't look 87. Doesn't act 87. Doesn't even sound 87. I mean, you know, usually guys in their they get the the old man shriveled up voice. Yeah. Not at all. He sounds the same. You know, he still sounds the same. He's still, like I say, he's put some weight on over the years, but he still sounds the same. It's not much change. I mean, you could tell. Listen to Patrick Stewart, you can hear his voice has aged. You can tell. I mean, if you watched any of this stuff online, where he's at the Star Trek out in Vegas, where they announced the Captain Picard series, you can hear in his voice the aging. You can hear it, and you can hear it in Patrick Stewart's voice. Not so much Shatner. I mean, you don't hear that in Shatner at all. I mean, his voice is still pretty solid, pretty crisp. I mean, for 87 years old, it's hard to believe. Whew.
Yeah, Shatner is 4 years older than my grandpa and looks about 10 years younger.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, that's amazing. I mean, whatever he's doing. Well, I think he's.
We all need to take some notes because obviously he's found us out there.
Well, I don't know. I think his wife's half his age, so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, she's busy in the bedroom, in the living room, the dining room, and
maybe maybe that's the secret. The success of living longer is going longer. Staying up.
That's kind of what Ernie Borgnine's was.
Yeah, right. That was his secret. Kept going. But
and well, I mean, all through life, I mean, Shatner married nothing but virgins because he had to boldly go where no man has gone before.
We're gonna run the break, Dr. Doug. You want to hold the line?
No, I just wanted to call in real quick so that I can free the line up for other contestants.
All right, sounds good. All right, Dr. Doug. So thanks for calling, my friend.
No problem.
All right, we'll talk soon. All right, we're going to take a quick break and play another clip from Star Trek The Next Generation, and we'll be back.
Needs more cowbell.
Shame, guilt, isolation, all feelings brought on by involuntary flatulence. But why? It's not my fault that I fart. My short, flat nose makes me take in more air. That's all. And that means...
Jasper!
Oops! So please, don't be mad. I can't help it. Just like I can't help being wicked cute.
Oh, Jasper. You'll spoil your...
Hey, parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay. Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more. Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait. Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time. Thanks, Nap Time.
Nap Time.
This is Jack Bob, and you're listening to the new Some Kind of Radio show here on the SKO Radio Network. Now with 100% more itchy bows.
Data, Commander LaForge informed me that they are nearly ready to engage the cloak.
Commander, we've routed the impulse engines through the plasma conduits, but you're gonna have to watch the intercooler levels. If they get too high, we'll blow the entire relay system.
Understood.
I think that's what happened 12 years ago. The cloak blew out the plasma relays on the Pegasus after we left the ship. The plasma ignited in space, and it looked as if the ship had been destroyed.
So the ship drifted into this system still in a phased state. And when it passed through this asteroid,
the cloak failed, and half of the ship materialized in solid rock.
LaForge to bridge. The cloak is online and ready to begin phase sequencing.
Proceed, number one.
Aye, sir.
Activating power systems. Report. The cloak appears to be functioning normally. The ship's matter-energy phasing rate should be sufficient to pass through the asteroid.
Take us out. Maneuvering thrusters only.
Aye, sir. We will reach the rock face in 5 seconds. We have passed through 2 kilometers of the asteroid. Now within 1 kilometer of the surface.
We're approaching the surface.
We have cleared the asteroid, Captain. The Warbird is off the port bow.
They're still waiting for us to make up our minds.
Disengage the cloaking device, Commander.
You cannot do that. If the Romulans see us decloaking, they'll
Tell her the truth, Admiral. Which is what everyone will know very shortly. Carry out my orders.
Mr. Worf, send a message to the Warbird. Inform them that their government will be contacted shortly about this incident.
Aye, sir.
Admiral, I am hereby charging you with violation of the Treaty of Algeron. As captain of the Enterprise, I'm placing you under arrest, Mr. Worf.
Admiral, if you will come with me.
Captain, I'll have to be placed under arrest as well.
You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now at 234-200-5110. Again, that's 234-200-5110. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
And Earl McCune is indisposed, shall we say.
Temporarily.
Yeah, temporarily. But we're back. Dylan and Tony and Adam Leto on the phone. How you doing, Adam?
Good. How you doing, Dylan?
I'm doing good. Talking about Star Trek.
The Next Generation.
TNG.
Here's a little trivia for you, Adam.
Trivia.
Is it trivia, or is it another one of your little, whatever you want to call them?
My quips?
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Crusher and Counselor Troy, what rank did they hold?
Let's see. In the beginning, Troy was definitely a lieutenant because you hear Riker call her that, and she got promoted to commander later on.
Yes.
And I want to say Crusher was a lieutenant commander, if not commander, throughout the majority of the run.
You are kind of correct. They were both lieutenant commanders. And then eventually, through the series, Dr. Crusher, achieved like a full commander, like Riker. And then, of course, and then the one episode they showed was Counselor Troy wanting to attain, commander status, and her having to go through. And of course, the history that Counselor Troy and Commander Riker had.
Yeah.
He was the one that had to test her in order for her to be promoted to commander, because you have to be commander to be able to have bridge duty.
I think it was not necessarily promotion, but she wanted that responsibility. I think she was already a commander.
Yeah, she was
but
lieutenant
that's as high
commander.
as she could go because she was a counselor.
Yep. Yeah, she was lieutenant commander, and then she wanted to be like a full regular commander like Riker, but he had to like test her on something, and she kind of drove herself nuts because she kept on missing like one part of it or something, and she goes into one of the holodecks and practices, and all of a sudden Commander Riker pops in and says, "All right, you got that one right. Congratulations, Commander."
It was basically forcing herself to sacrifice an important member of her crew to save the ship, and she didn't want to the first time. The second time, she just like, well, if I sacrifice one to save the many, that's what I got to do.
Just like Spock in the original series, the needs of the many must outweigh the needs of the few.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, and if like you put yourself in that situation, like if I had to say I was when I was in the Army, if I it was almost a similar thing. Could you sacrifice somebody that you're close to in order to save 24 people that you're close to? And it's like, how do you choose? And see, the good thing about the Next Generation is they had data to sacrifice. A lot of times they could send him in places because with him not being human, radiation didn't affect him, or temperatures, or a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas, they didn't have that on Deep Space Nine. They didn't have it on the original series. Voyager, I haven't watched a ton of episodes. I remember being able to watch the first episode. I was home a Friday night, and it was before we had went on air here. And it was just snowing like crazy outside. Just basically couldn't leave. So I sat home at night, and I'm like, yeah. And it happened to be, luckily for me, it happened to be the first night they broadcast the original episode of the original series, the first episode of TNG, the first episode of Deep Space Nine, and then the first episode of Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you see, of course, Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9, kind of running around and like time hopping. And, you know, I can handle several of Jerry Ryan.
Well, Jerry Ryan didn't actually join Voyager until the first season of season 4. The first episode of season 4, rather.
So, well, yeah, I was gonna say she didn't join them, but they had her. They showed her, like, because I remember they were gathering the entire crew, and then she's like running around, kind of time hopping, and they showed her without all that crap on her face.
Yeah.
So,
I just watched that one just last week, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, and it's just the things, you know, it's like once we get into like the week after next when we talk about Voyager, it's just like, you know, to me, I'm like a black Klingon.
You mean
like,
Black Vulcan?
Yeah, Black Vulcan. It's like everybody must have been boning everybody in the future.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like, okay, where's one that's going to be like half Klingon and half Ferengi, or half Romulan and half Cardassian or something.
One of Voyager's crew members is half human, half Klingon.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a lot of. Well, I remember. You remember Worf's original? You know, the mother of his child was half human and half Klingon.
Yeah.
And then she died, and then you know, then you see his son, and you know, he's 3/4 Klingon and 1/4 human.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, you know, I could get used to the whole Klingon idea, and then of course Spock was Vulcan, and then I remember the first time, you know, I saw a Romulan, and I'm like, for some reason they kind of look like Vulcans. You know, and apparently, you know, they're like a related race. Then you see what the fuck am I trying to think of? A Cardassian. And they're like all gray and scaly, but they got normal human looking hands. So then of course you get and then, you know, you get down further, and then of course they don't really get into the Bajoran or until you know, really until Deep Space Nine. That's where you started seeing, like, you have like Major Kira and like I remember telling Earl, I'm like trying to see Odo from Deep Space Nine actually in a regular, out of his makeup type of thing in a regular role was kind of weird.
You do actually see that once in DS9 where he plays not Odo himself, but the actor plays a human in some kind of flashback that Cisco's having.
Okay. Yes, yeah, that's one episode of Deep Space Nine I never saw. I just know that Odo was playing like some Scottish dude on Nash Bridges, which I wasn't a huge Miami Vice fan, but when Nash Bridges came out, to see Cheech Marine actually play like a straight role was cool.
Yeah, that was something else.
And you know, I like totally got into the show when it was on, and then plus I kind of the way Nash Bridges dresses. You know, the suit, the vest, and the shirt, no tie. You know, somebody's got to get married or die in order for me to put on a tie. So,
there was only one episode of Nash Bridges I ever saw, and that was the one that Jan Michael Vincent was on.
Yep. I remember that one. And I'm not much of a Dodge fan, but I always wanted the Cuda that Nash Bridges drove, the yellow one.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, but you see that, and I just remember seeing, and then Nash Bridges' dad was the skipper in Major League.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because I'm like sitting there thinking the first time I saw it, and I'm like, hey, I know that dude. He played the skipper in the Major League movies. It's like, 6 degrees of separation. And, But yeah, it's just like this. But yeah, going back to the original thing, it's like, you see Odo and you see him try to pull off this horrid Scottish accent.
For his character?
Yeah, for his character in Nash Bridges.
Oh, and Nash, I was going to say, I didn't see a Scottish accent in DS9.
No, this was when the one-off when I had seen the thing for when I saw him on Nash Bridges, and I'm like, and I knew because it said, guest starring Renee Auberjonois, and I'm like, okay, and I'm obviously okay. Well, which character is he playing? Then when you bring him up, and I'm like, well, obviously that's it.
He's got the most difficult last name to pronunciate.
Well, just imagine, Major Kira in Deep Space Nine. What a name! Her name's Nana Visitor.
Yeah, Nana Visitor.
Like,
apparently, the way to pronounce Renee's last name is Auberjonois.
Auberjonois.
Yeah, definitely French.
Yeah, I would say so.
No.
No. Well, you know what's funny
is a little bit of trivia for you about that guy. Did you know he was in Little Mermaid?
No.
The guy that sings Les Poissons.
Oh, okay, that was him.
That was him.
Yeah, I don't know much French. The only line I ever learned in French was from Moulin Rouge. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Loosely translated, do you want to fuck?
Did that get you anywhere?
No.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. It's like I'm at one of my accounts and that I service on my day job, and I would always have this girl, and I figured she was Latina, so she'd always come up, talk to me, and I would see her on Thursday. So she's like, "Okay, we start bullshitting this, yesterday morning when I'm there." And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm outside, and I look at her, and I'm like, so, are you like, because of all the Hispanic people I've ever met, you don't ever call a Puerto Rican a Hispanic. So I'm like, okay, are you Puerto Rican, or, are you Mexican, are you from Central America, South America? She's like, no, I'm Brazilian. And I'm like, I'd have never guessed. And I'm like, oh, Brazil. I'm like, the only country that speaks Portuguese in South America. And she's from Sao Paulo, Brazil, but she's an American citizen.
Okay.
And I was only joking with her. I'm like, I've never dated a Brazilian. So I was kind of joking with her. She's like, well, there's always an opportunity. And I'm like, So I bring up her profile on Facebook. I'm like, well, this thing says you're in a relationship. She's like, well, it's kind of a long story. And I'm like, oh. Well, you're going to have to explain it to me sometime. And she was just like, well, here's my number. We'll go out, and I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. And I'm like, hey, whatever.
Sounds like open invitation to me.
Cute, grown kids, which is definitely something I need.
Oh, yeah. Being a parent, they can say the hassle of children is only for a select few.
Yeah, which is why I'm not engaged anymore, too. That's kind of a long story, and in and of itself.
That probably will sound wrong to anybody listening. I mean, I love having kids, but I enjoy the time away from them too.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like, and it's a funny thing is, my brother was, this type person, he had his flavor of the week, but you'd never picture him ever having a kid of his own. But now that he does have a daughter, he's just like, the best father that I could, possibly imagine, and I'm just. It was always funny. It's just like I could never imagine my brother having a kid. Could never in a million years. Then when he did, and I'm like, okay, obviously you're going to spoil her. She's your daughter, and all that. And I'm just like, you handle it like so well. And I was always like, And everybody that knew my brother was just like, like me. They're just like, why didn't you ever have kids? I'm like, well, it just never happened. And at 45, I don't want to pop one out now.
You ain't going to be doing any popping.
No. I mean, I look like I'm expecting, but...
When you do?
About
a half hour?
Yeah, I got more than a bun in the oven.
Is it a food baby?
Oh, yeah, food and lots of beer from the olden days. And
there you go.
I'll be refilling the tank next week, about one XXX at a time. We're going to Niagara Falls next week.
Nice.
Yeah, well, and it's funny. It's me and my ex-fiance. We went for her 40th birthday, but there was a lot of stuff we didn't get to do because we went with her folks. We rode up with them, and her folks just wanted to stay at the casino and gamble pretty much the entire weekend. And I'm like, there's so much more shit I wanted to do while we were up there. So
gambling's not too bad either.
No, but lots of beer. And the first thing I'm going to do is once we check into the room and get downtown, I'm gonna take my rightful place at stool at Kelsey's on the corner. Drink my first beer.
There you go.
Because then I drink and I ain't got to worry about driving the entire night.
Yep.
So, go to the casino. If you're ever up in Niagara Falls, Canada, if you ever get a chance to go up that way and you like Italian food, there's a restaurant there, a little place called My Cousin Vinny's. It'll be the best Italian food you've ever had.
I do like Italian food.
Good food. So
I'm actually going to be in Oklahoma City for the third time early February, just before I start my new job. I'm going to be taking a class down there that's a little over a week long. There's a good place down there if you like Tex-Mex that it's called Tacos Don Nacho.
Tacos Don Nacho.
Yeah, it's faster, but it's not like a chain.
Yeah.
It's they got Hispanics running everything from the counter to the cook, so you know it's going to be authentic. And
Yeah.
I had it the previous 2 times I was down in Oklahoma City for work, and fantastic food. I give them props.
Yeah, I mean, we got the little mom and pop chains that are up here. I mean, at most they might have like 2 locations.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, getting like good like Tex-Mex or just all Mexican food.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get it decent up here. Now, if have you ever had a chance to go to like any of Bobby Flay's places?
No.
I had some friends of mine who were out in Vegas, and they happened to pop into the location he had out there, and they were like, it's phenomenal. It's expensive though.
What was his place out in Vegas?
I don't remember what it was called, but I remember they were like, well, because I told them I was just like, try one of Gordon Ramsay's places. Well, one of the people that was out there with them is, such a hugely picky eater that they fed him. He sat and drank beer while everybody, they fed him because he's like basic. He'll eat like a plain burger with just ketchup and fries, nothing fancy. And he won't eat boneless wings. He'll only eat like a bone-in wing and plain French fries, bone-in wings and no sauce on them. I'm like, dude, it's got to suck life, not wanting to try new stuff. But they said they went to. They were going to go to one of Ramsay's places, and like, I'm going back to Vegas again this Thanksgiving holiday, and because Ramsay opened up a Hell's Kitchen Vegas, and I want to try that.
I love Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going back.
I
again.
can't wait to go back. We're going back next year.
Yeah,
we're going to bowl nationals next year.
Oh, in Vegas, not the stadium in Reno.
That's the following year. Next year's in Vegas. It's going to be
going to Vegas.
What is that? Hype, whatever it is. Whatever. But anyway, yeah. South Point.
South Point, okay.
Yeah, South Point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been to South Point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my new job, I guess they're going to be putting me up there a lot if I go to Vegas.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's where all the managers go.
Mm-hmm. I'll be staying at the Westgate because I have property through Westgate.
Me too.
I have timeshare through Westgate, so I get a room at a Westgate, any Westgate resort for like pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get to get a suite for like $150 for the week.
Yeah.
Shake it off, right? Go out for 7 days, get a suite for $150. Okay, sure. Plus they help me give me a deal on my airline too. So.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a big help. I mean, when we go next month to go see Garth, it's like I looked. I mean, they got a few like inexpensive like motels to stay like in the South Bend, Notre Dame area.
Mm-hmm.
And but I've been looking, and I almost would rather get an Airbnb.
Right.
Because if you're going to stay there, I mean, I just need some place basically to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I go like on vacation, or if I got to live it up. I mean, I'm going to spend money that I normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'll go do the resort. I'll go to I go out to Reno. Give you a good example. There's 2 places I'll stay in Reno. I'll stay either at the Atlantis, or I'll stay at the Silver Legacy. Or it depends. If I take my kids, I'll stay at the Circus.
Yeah.
But
then it gives them something
to do. But even at the Silver Legacy, if I stay at the Silver Legacy out in Reno, it's attached to Circus. It's one giant building. So, I mean, I could stay at the Silver Legacy and just go downstairs and then just go right across the walkway and you're in Circus.
Yeah.
So that's probably where if I do go, if I do go the following year, the kids go, for example, if I do take them, I mean, they'll give them something to do. They can hang out at Circus, and they got a hell of a video game thing there. They can go in there and play, and there's stuff to do for the kids.
You wouldn't be able to pull Alex out of there.
No, probably not, because they got all sorts of shit going on there. I couldn't get Deb out of there. Like when we went there like 2 years ago, I couldn't get Deb out of that place. I'm like, I'd rather go back over. Sorry, I want to go back over and play games. I mean, I'm
well, that's fine. You go play games, and I'll go win money.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So she got her little tickets and everything. She won prizes for the kids, to take home. But don't get me wrong, it was fun. But like I said, there's 2 places I'll stay in Reno. As far as Vegas, I mean, I stayed out at the D. That was actually on Fremont Street.
Yeah.
If I go back, I would stay there again too. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that place. A lot of fun on Fremont Street. I mean, a lot of
of
fun.
interesting characters on Fremont.
Oh, characters indeed. I mean, a lot of interesting characters. But you know, it was a fun thing. It was a fun thing to do because you can go outside every evening and watch a live concert. You know, it was right outside the D. Plus, they had the you could walk up and even down the Strip in Vegas. You can drink on the Strip.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
There's all sorts of like the one thing we enjoyed. Deb and I were getting margaritas on the Strip. You know, they have these little stands. You know.
Oh yeah.
Give me a margarita, okay.
Do you ever see that picture?
They're expensive as all shit, but I mean, they're good though.
You ever see that picture of the lady that's on the beach that wears the margarita up on her boobs, and you got to suck it right off her?
No, I haven't seen that.
There's a picture that this chick walks around on the beach, and she she has a clear, like hard plastic bra,
right?
And she fills each of the cups with the margarita, and you can drink them right out of her bra on the beach. It's like that's how she makes her money.
That's nuts.
And I'm like, yeah, that's one way to drink a margarita.
That's one way to drink a margarita. I'd definitely give it a shot.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I tell you what, I really enjoyed Vegas. I mean, I didn't. For me, I enjoy Reno a little bit more.
Yeah.
Reno's a little bit more down to earth, a little tamer environment than Vegas. But
now the capital, Carson City, is there gambling in Carson City?
I don't know. I think there is.
See, I would wonder because I know there's gambling in Reno.
There's gambling everywhere in Nevada.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but
as far as like full-on casinos, I don't know. I think there is. I think there's casinos in Carson City.
I mean, I heard there's casinos at Walmart if you go to one in Vegas.
Yeah, there's casinos everywhere in Vegas.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, you get
airport.
There's casinos in the airport. You know, don't ever play at the airport casino because you're
never gonna win.
You're never gonna win nothing there. If you ever win anything there, you're lucky. But no, you don't ever play. One thing I learned, and this is something that I didn't learn the hard way, but I was told this: never play the slots at the airport.
No,
you will never ever win, ever. It's just here you go.
Here, I'm going to throw my money away.
Throw your money away before you go to the real casinos. You know?
Yeah.
But no, I won't. Don't get me wrong. We flew home from Vegas. I mean, I did throw $20 into one slot machine, and I went through it about as quick as you can possibly go through it. And it was like a 50-cent slot, but I still went through it pretty damn quick. I'm like, screw this. I was like, this is why you don't play these, because you don't win nothing. I didn't win a single spin for $20. I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like, what, 40 spins?
Yeah.
Didn't win nothing. Not even won a nickel back. I mean, it was like, good Lord. It's like just dump your money and play.
Yeah, dump what little you have. Well, what's like, I play a lot of scratch-off lottery.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I can tell you, most of your big winners are between ticket number 11 and 20. If you look in the lower corner, and it tells you what ticket out of the row they are.
Mm-hmm.
And if you scratch off your numbers, you have 3 numbers here. You got to match against 15.
Right.
Or say like I play the higher end ones. I might play a $10 ticket. You got to match 6 numbers to 20.
Yeah.
Well, if out of those 6 numbers, if you have any that are like a 27, 28 right next to one another, high odds that you're not winning anything on that ticket. It's just the way they always are.
Right.
So, and it's just, and a lot of times, and then when you match one item, if it's a $10 ticket, you're going to win a minimum of $10 back. So if you scratch off something you won 5, you're going to win at least $5 more. And you notice, like, you remember when scratch-offs came out years ago, you might scratch off and you won a ticket.
Right.
They don't do the a ticket anymore because most your lottery you buy is all through the automated machines.
Yeah, so it's always got it's a dollar amount. Most people, like, if it's a few dollar winner, they'll throw it right back in.
I do it. I mean, I go play $4 or $5 tickets, $20. If I win my $20 back, I'm just going to keep gambling it.
Oh, sure.
But I know,
there's going to be eventually going to find a $50 winner, like the other night.
Yeah. Or for me, I'm just going to throw it back in.
But
Yeah, well, we watched our boss do it.
Yeah.
We watched our boss at work do that.
Okay, well, I know I just won on this game.
He was funnier as shit when he did it. That was so funny watching him play.
Or I know, I just won on this ticket, so I know winners are never back-to-back tickets.
Right.
So I know, I got to switch my game up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, over summer, I hit 2 $500 winners.
Right. Well, let's take our break at the 11 o'clock hour, shall we?
We shall.
All right. You listen to Some Kind of Radio Show here on SKO Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the SKO Radio Network. You can find us online at skoradio.com. We're also on the TuneIn app where you can listen with your mobile devices on the Google Play and Apple Store. Find us on social media at facebook.com/SKO Radio Network. You're tuned to the SKO Radio Network and online at skoradio.com.
Kids at home, this next segment is for you. This Friday, the newest batch of Disney Channel stars grown in the Disney Genetic Engineering Lab will be unveiled to the public.
Right. Now, Tracy, most of our viewers are already familiar with a lot of the products that have come out of the Disney
I know
Lab.
I am.
Yes, but how exactly do you create a Hilary Duff or a Miley Cyrus from scratch?
Right.
Well, we're going to find out exactly how it's done right now, because joining us live from the Disney Lab is one of their lead geneticists, Dr. Andrew Rourke. Welcome, Dr. Rourke. There's quite an operation you've got going on out there.
Thanks, Jim.
So the stars that we see on TV are actually grown right here?
That's correct. They're grown and developed here. We engineer their brains for advanced singing and dancing capabilities, even posing for photos. By the time they grow to desired size, these child stars are fully ready for the camera or the concert tours or whatever Disney chooses to put them in.
That is simply amazing. Now, how long does it take to actually create a star from scratch?
Well, not very long at all. We use the exact same DNA structure for all of our stars, and then we simply tweak minor details like hair color or skin tone.
Right, yeah, we do have some footage here of some of the well-known creations that have come out of your lab. Let's take a look.
Yes, well, that's model 6831-A, publicly known as Mitchell Musso, standard male base with type 3 skin pigmentation.
Wow.
And that's model 6831-B. We gave him slightly thicker eyebrows and type 5 skin.
Oh, so it's sort of like putting a puzzle together there.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Okay, here we've got some of the images of some of the newest models. We're going to be seeing a lot of these kids in the future.
It really looks like you have someone for every kid in America to love
Well, that's
here.
the idea, Tracy. Our writers find it very liberating. For example, our new model, Haley, is a singing, dancing, snowboarding, half Japanese, half Indian girl.
Wow.
Not finding her in reality would be impossible.
Right, but sounds like a surefire hit to me. Oh, now this one's Zac Efron. I've seen him before.
Yes, Zach was actually one of our earliest
My
models.
daughters love him. I mean, he looks so real.
Actually, I think we could have done a better job with Zach. He could show more human tendencies. If you look closely, you'll notice there's a certain deadness around the eyes.
I do see that,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm sorry, it's hard for me to watch because all I see is all my mistakes.
Yeah.
Boy, he seems flawless to me.
Well, he's holding up, but there was a bug in that first batch, and as a result, Zach's skin will soon begin to dissolve.
No, poor Zac Efron.
All right. Well, it's simply amazing. Dr. Rourke, thank you so much for coming in and spending some of your morning with us. I can't wait to see some of these new creations
Absolutely.
popping out of the lab.
You are listening to the SKO Radio Network.
Captain's log, stardate 41153.7. Preparing to detach saucer section so that families and majority of the ship's company can seek relative safety, while the vessel's star drive containing the battle bridge and main armaments will turn back and confront the mystery that is threatening us. Lieutenant, your torpedoes must detonate close enough to the hostile to blind it the moment we separate.
Understood, sir.
All decks acknowledging, sir.
Worf, this is the captain. At the moment of separation, we will reverse power just enough to get your saucer section out ahead and clear of us.
Understood, Captain.
Torpedoes away, sir.
Begin countdown. Mark.
Starship separation. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
you're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now at 234-200-5110. Again, that's 234-200-5110. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
And we're back. Yeah, we're back. We're back for hour number 4. We're in the final hour tonight of our Star Trek: The Next Generation Salute. That was the last of our Star Trek clips. Coming up, during the next break, I got a very special treat. We're going to play a little song, a Star Trek song during the last break. Adam knows which one it is.
And next week we'll be saluting Home Improvement.
Yeah, no. No, we're saluting Star Trek DS9 next week.
That's coming.
But that's coming.
That's coming. Home Improvement's coming.
Home Improvement's coming. But I'll tell you what. Next week's going to be Star Trek Deep Space Nine. We're going to be saluting that show and getting some great clips from that. And
coming up in the next month, we'll be releasing a new Hilljack commercial.
A new Hilljack special.
Yeah, a new Hilljack special.
The Hilljack special.
Hilljack sings.
Hilljack sings.
Hilljack sings.
Not very well, but
he sings.
He sings. So go ahead and submit your song requests to the Hilljack Bob Facebook page.
Yeah. Facebook.com, and then just go to Hilljack. Just search Hilljack Bob, you'll find him.
Hilljack will.
He's drinking a beer. And he's got the little liner in there, a little bubble that says, "I reckon my balls itch."
Yeah. Now, how he's gonna do it? He's gonna go ahead and bring Frida in.
Oh God!
He's gonna pull 6 strings from her chest hair. And he'll start plucking, and he'll start playing.
I hope he don't start fucking. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Plucking and fucking.
No, I don't think any of that's gonna go down. But
well, you never know. I mean, those are some crazy rednecks.
Hilljack Bob will be singing.
Plucking and fucking. How's that, Tony?
Plucking and fucking.
Hilljack Bob, plucking and fucking.
Yeah. That could be the name of his album.
Yeah, plucking and fucking.
Plucking and fucking for America. I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. I reckon that my boss is, and I got rectitis Frida. She broke my back.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Frida's easy.
No.
Frida's easy.
Hershey sleazy, too.
I reckon Uncle Bert or Joe fucked her last week. That's just a taste.
That's just a taste of what's coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dylan. We appreciate it.
And
you do a really good Hilljack impression.
I know.
You're getting better at it.
I've just been trying to.
You're trying to emulate him.
Well, I'm trying to understand. Trying to show what's going to be coming. And you're playing with your dick.
No, I'm readjusting my shoe. If my dick was in my shoe, what can I say? It's that big.
Yeah. That songs like that will be on the Hilljack's greatest misses.
Yeah, not hits.
Oh man, I've been having those run through my mind for weeks. I asked you 3 weeks ago if you wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
God, I just. So if you have any suggestions for Hilljack Bob, Facebook them. Call us 234-200-5110. You can text us at the same number,
and you get those messages too.
Yeah, and or you can send us snail mail, carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon.
We accept fine jewelry when the appraiser's on duty.
When the appraiser's on duty.
Most major credit cards.
That's right.
Muscle car deeds.
Real quick announcement too. Just a reminder announcement here. Tomorrow, very own Bob Fritz will be at the Hartville Flea Market for a live appearance here with SKO. He's going to be in the pavilion. He'll be there to present. He's going to be there handing out information on SKO to the local people there, and we're going to have some kind of radio show T-shirts on sale over there. $5 a piece. Got to get rid of them things.
Yeah, to the locals.
We're down to 6 shirts.
Oh,
that's it.
Yep, sell them to the locals.
Sell them to the local. Well, the thing is, we only have couple smalls, mediums, and a 3X left.
Oh, 3X.
Big enough for Frida.
No. Not big enough for Frida.
Not big enough for Frida?
No, Frida's like a El Blimpo. I mean, if there's a size, it's called El Blimpo. But no,
quadruple 4X.
Quadruple 4X, but
16.
Yeah. But Bob Fritz will be out there tomorrow at the flea market. So if you're local and in the area and you want to stop by the flea market out in Hartville,
I know Stephanie Ost will be out there.
Stephanie Ost. Deb's going to try to stop out tomorrow. Hopefully she can. But yeah, those are the people slated to be there tomorrow. So we're looking forward to one of our first events, basically, and then we're going to be at the Cider Fest coming up. Out in Norton, and there's a 3-day event, so there's going to be several of us going to be on out there over a 3-day period. We're going to be out there meeting and greeting, handing out show information, station information, and here, people, here's how you listen to us, check us out. That's what it's all about, getting the name out.
This Sunday starts our new sports show.
We got to come up with a name for it.
Come up with a new name for it, but you can listen live on skoradio.com, or you can come in and watch it live. 1322 East Talmadge Avenue, Akron, Ohio.
That's right. It's a Windsor Pub.
In North Hill, Windsor Pub.
That's right, Windsor Pub, and we'd love to see you out there. We'd love to have you tune in as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be a live remote broadcast from the Windsor Pub. This will be our first live remote.
Yeah.
So
big thing.
This is a big thing. It's a big deal. I mean, this is actually a big deal for us as we're able to do the live remotes because that opens up another realm for us.
Yeah.
It opens up the possibilities of taking the shows on the road and doing different things, and
we can go to Star Trek Fest.
Yeah, we
whatever.
can go.
Whatever it's called.
We can go wherever, anywhere we can get Wi-Fi or internet. We
could have a show from Las Vegas.
We could. We could take the show on the road and go to Las Vegas.
We could go to Las Vegas.
Anywhere there's internet access.
They don't have
internet in Las Vegas. They just have beer.
Yeah, they just have beer.
That's all they need.
But we're going to be. But we will have the ability. I mean, this is a big deal for us. We're going to have the ability to go out and do live events. We got. It's just it's a simple little setup right now with 2 mics and a small board. I'll probably upgrade us to a 4
live
system
from
later.
The strip club.
We can. Eventually we're going to upgrade to something similar to this.
Yeah.
And
that'd be nice.
And then we could take get a couple more mics and really take the show on the road and do the show anywhere.
Road again.
That'd be kind of cool.
Hey, maybe I can convince Sean. We'll do a little remote for ours and have him out there. Remember in Super Troopers where the guy's standing out there and he invents the bulletproof cup, and I'll sit there. Hey, Sean, let's see if this will work. Boom, boom, boom.
Who's getting shot?
He is.
I don't think he's gonna go for that.
No, I don't know.
There's these things called gun safety.
Yeah.
I don't think
My gun don't have a safety.
Oh, neither does mine, but it's called my finger.
It's called your finger.
My safety is called my finger.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, just the possibilities of doing remote now is going to be.
I stabbed you first.
But that here's the thing. I'm being serious from it. That opens up another whole thing. To even potential advertisers that hey, we can remote from your location.
Yeah, we can come do a radio show from your house.
From your business or whatever. If you want us there, we'll show up. And we'll do a show.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just give us 2 hours notice.
And, it's funny, setting it up today.
6 days cash back.
6 days cash back. But we have the ability. Which is a nice.
We have
nice
the ability. Thing. We have the technology. It's 2018. Damn it.
Yeah, we can do these things.
Yeah,
Jason even brought up a point earlier. He says you guys are really stepping out above, what others do. Not naming no names on other stations. Because there's quite a few in the area.
If Elon Musk can put a car into space,
we can go remote.
We can remote broadcast.
We can remote broadcast.
That's just the truth. If a man can step on the moon, and he did that in 1969.
It's
2018.
We can remote broadcast.
We can remote broadcast.
Yeah, we can definitely remote broadcast.
When a man stepped on the moon with 30.
Uncle John's calling, and I forgot to turn that ringer off over there. But that's okay. Because that's the thing; it rings over there and here. So.
I was going to ask about that. But
John, you on the air? John, you there, buddy? Yeah. Uncle John.
Hello.
Father John.
John.
Hello. Hello, John.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, John.
Hi.
Hi.
How's John tonight?
John's doing fine. How's everybody there doing?
We're doing all right, John.
John at the bar.
I thought I heard Hilljack there too.
No,
it wasn't Hilljack.
No,
it was just
it's just me.
Dylan doing his best impression of Hilljack.
Impersonations.
Dylan's doing impersonations.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can also do Harold.
Yeah, well, Harold's not hard to do.
I can do Tony if you really want it.
Just gotta say yeah about 100 times.
146 that one night.
And I can do Debbie.
Who's counting?
And I can do Debbie. Fuck you, Earl.
And I can do Earl McCune.
Oh, that's right. You can do me. Don't do
Sunday.
Me. Sunday.
And
fuck you.
Yeah. Speaking of which, hey, I got an idea. You guys ready? I know who. Let's see if we can try to prank Deb now, shall we?
Yeah, Ricky.
Let's see if we can prank Deb now. I've been wanting to try to prank Deb all night, so let's see if we can prank Deb here. Okay, hold on,
I
man.
reckon my balls.
We're gonna. Let's do this.
They itched
As soon as this screen opens up for me.
I reckon my balls itched. They itched yesterday.
All right, let's clear this out.
Did they itch once? No, they itched twice. I reckon my balls itch. They reckon all the time. All right, hey, what's our ploy here before you call? What are we doing?
Should we act like we're Anyone got any ideas for a good prank?
Yeah, you can't just call her and then it's not.
I was gonna wing it.
Well, we need to have a basic idea of what we're doing.
We're the IRS.
Yeah.
Okay, we're the IRS.
Not at this hour.
No, that's too easy.
Oh yeah.
Police.
Strip club.
We're the police. No, we're a strip club. We're looking.
We're the police. We're the police.
Mm-hmm.
We found Earl at a strip club.
You need to claim him. Okay. Okay. Let's do this.
All right.
Everyone.
With a stripper in the champagne room.
Right.
All right. Ready? Okay. We're gonna dial it. Hold on, man. As it dials.
It's dialing.
It's dialing.
Hello.
Yeah, is this Debbie McCune?
What do you want?
This is Sergeant Peterson from Akron Police. How are you, ma'am?
Seriously, Dylan. Whatever.
Ma'am, is your husband Earl McCune?
No.
Well, I need someone to come pick him up. You know, he was in a strip club and it just got bad. Dead hookers and champagne and all.
Dead hookers and champagne.
You're really bad at that.
Dead hookers and champagne. What the fuck? Dead hookers.
Champagne.
Dead hookers and champagne.
He's got a demented mind.
Dead hookers and champagne, apparently.
Wow. What do you want?
Well, that's all.
Dead hookers and champagne. Deliver them. You have 10 minutes.
Yeah, not happening.
You have 10 minutes or the puppy gets it.
I touch my puppies.
Shut.
We don't want to touch your
Sit down and
puppies.
shut up or I will kill this bunny.
Those things got hair on them.
Sit down and shut up or I will kill this bunny. I'm so
sorry, John. I had you on hold while I hit the wrong thing to merge it.
I'm so startled.
John had to listen to that terrible hold music for a minute.
Baby Shark.
Our hold music is awful. I will say that in the truest sense. It is truly awful. And John, how awful is that hold music?
It sucks.
I know it does. That's that really bad hold music.
Well, let me ask, would it be better than the Baby Shark do 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 do?
Don't you do that.
Oh, Adam's triggered.
I'll tell you this much. I'd rather listen to that hold music than listen to Hilljack Bob for half an hour.
Run away, do do.
Ooh, that's an idea. We could play the best of Hilljack Bob, because we could change the hold music to anything we want. Yeah, we could put whatever we want on that hold music.
Run away, do 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 do. Run away, do do do.
Top 10 list by Hilljack on the hold.
Top 10 hold songs.
Yeah, there you go. I reckon you should do top 10 hold songs.
Number 10, and oh shit. Do 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 do.
I want to hear him tackle Burning Sensation by Rodney King.
Burning Sensation. He probably has enough burning sensations with the balls itching too.
I reckon.
That's probably why they do itch.
That's probably why they do itch.
You know, they have a cream for that.
Yeah. Well, I think someone told him that. I think he jizzed on himself and he let it sit, and then it's like, it's not working. It's not working. This shit's not working.
People like the same color, so you didn't know what to do.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't know what to do anyway. I mean, I can't imagine Hilljack Bob knowing anything of anything. You know. I don't know.
I know a little about a little.
Just a little about a little.
Well, he was the president of something.
His fan club. He's president of his own fan club. He got elected president of his own fan club. That's what happened. He thought he was running for president of the United States. He was actually running for presidency of his own fan club. So he toured the U.S. trying to get votes, and he won the presidency of his fan club. How's that work?
As he had two hands on his balls the whole time.
Probably. He's probably scratching them the whole damn time, going, ah! God, I don't want to think about it. It's a frightening thought as it is.
Just imagine the campaign posters.
At least you don't lose track of him.
Yeah, he said he wants to run again. I'm like, oh, great. He's gonna,
Well, see, you don't lose track of him because there's
Can
always
it be leisurely walk this time?
What's it going to be? Make America's balls itch again?
No.
Keep America's balls itching. Let's keep
Here's
America.
the campaign slogan.
Oh.
Itch your balls. It's good for America.
Or imagine the campaign posters. Shows Hilljack Bob. I reckon my balls itch.
Like the Obama ones. Hope.
Yeah.
Bows.
And then in the fine print,
I reckon they itch.
That's funny. Only Hilljack, and only on this show, we might add, that you will hear things like Hilljack Bob,
Speaking of hearing, I can't hear John.
You can't hear John?
No.
Not at all?
Not at all.
That's
He's
not.
coming through the broadcast, but I can't hear him over here.
Can't hear? Yeah.
interesting.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Skype and the phone are not merging.
They're not merging really well, apparently.
Oh boy.
Well, here's the thing. Let me look. Actually, you know what? Why I have it open? Let's see if I can fix this on the fly, because this is something that I do need to fix. So let's fix it. Let's see, I have the technology. Let's see.
But just remember, don't do it so Deb will yell at you.
Oh no! I'll fix this. This is what I do. Let's see.
That's what Deb said too.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll let me while I'm
Ellie
on the
can
call.
barely hear John through the broadcast.
Huh?
Ellie
Yeah, John's
can
very hard to hear. I don't know.
She can barely hear John through the broadcast.
Yeah, because everybody else.
John, do you have us on speakerphone?
No, I'm not on speakerphone at all. Hang on here. Let me see what I can do here. It's on my end.
No, it's not ours. Yeah.
Turn this up here. Is that any better?
Not really. Yeah, you are awful hard to hear. I heard everybody else real. I heard Jason real loud. And I heard Dr. Doug real loud. But
The good doctor was on earlier.
He called earlier. Yeah.
We could hear him.
Oh my.
Oh my.
My.
Yeah, I'm just checking here, see if there's a setting here that I got.
I reckon they
got wrong.
Freaking out, man.
Let's see here.
Let's see. Where do you have me plugged into?
The phone?
You're on the. We mean plugged in. This isn't the old days. I mean, you're on the phone system.
Well, that's true.
Let's see if this is any better here. Hold on a minute.
All right.
Let's see. All right. Adam, do you hear him now? You hear anything now?
Well, John's
I
gonna
just hear
Hello.
you. There he is.
Hello.
You hear him now?
Woohoo!
Yay.
You hear John now?
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Do you guys hear me okay?
Yep, you're actually a lot louder now too.
Okay.
You sound like
well,
he was
whatever
trying to be
you
the
did worked.
Verizon guy.
Yeah, that's better though. Okay, good deal.
He doesn't work for Verizon anymore, Adam.
No, I mean John's gonna be the new Verizon.
He
guy.
works for Sprint.
Well,
He's a traitor.
I had to move the Skype audio over to the other pot. So 'cause they're not interacting on the same system together. So that way, so I can get them.
Oh, they were miscommunicated.
Right. Let me see something here. All right. John, say something now. Okay, he was muted. All right, Adam, you say something now.
Something now.
Okay. Yeah, I had to put Adam into the music feed so so they could hear each other. Okay, now it works. That's the only way I can make
music out of me.
That's the only way I can make it work is I had to put Adam on. The Skype's got to go on the music and the phone's got to stay on the phone. Okay. They don't can't put them both on the same card. So anyway, now at least we can hear each other because now John's not drowned out either. So perfect. All right, it's better. Well, we're not going to be using Skype a whole lot anyway. So, but yeah, that's much better
Just for me.
Yeah, we just pretty much that's it.
Let's see if I can get a good headset for my phone.
So can Ellie hear me now? Okay.
Ellie, can you hear John better now? Yeah, well, I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
I can hear John.
Yeah, okay.
I can hear him.
I can hear John pretty good. I hear John a hell of a lot better now, so.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's just because they weren't, I don't know.
Our friend Randy Santel is going to be putting out another $20 fast food value menu challenge.
Ooh.
Ellie says she cannot hear John any better.
Yes, yeah, I saw the post earlier this evening, actually. It's the Hardee's $20. I'm sorry.
Yes, 16 sandwiches, 5,440 calories, 320 grams of fat, 144 grams of saturated fat, 1,120 milligrams of cholesterol, 9,600 milligrams of sodium, 320 grams of carbohydrates, 16 grams of fiber, 64 grams of sugar, and 304 grams of protein.
Interesting.
I sent him a message saying, "Hey, you need to call in and tell us how your trip was."
I know. I told him he's got to call in one of these nights. I told him he's welcome anytime.
Yeah, he must be busy flirting with those girls from Missouri State. I don't know.
Oh, he must be. Can't say I blame him.
No, it's Missouri.
Well, you know, he everywhere he goes, he is such a stud. You know.
Well, sure. Believe me, we know.
I mean, trust me. I had him here for 2 days, and he picked up a girl here. So.
Yeah, but he doesn't admit that publicly.
No.
No, he won't admit that publicly.
Did he find?
You just admitted it for him. Thanks, John.
Yeah, I know he'll appreciate that later.
I'm sure he will.
He found you with that had a full set of teeth.
She did, in shoes and socks and everything.
Wow, that's impressive. That's quite impressive.
Yeah. It's actually a very interesting evening. Because remember, we did call you guys that evening.
Yes, you did. That's right. You guys called us that night. I remember that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do remember that. All right, we're going to take our last break. All right, and this is going to be a little bit of a longer break, guys. Just letting you know. We got a special treat for you coming up this break. We're going to play our usual commercials and stuff, and then when we come back from out of the break, actually, it's going to be we get a very special Star Trek song for everybody. So we're going to play that here coming up. So, all right, you're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
All right.
Didn't see you there. Me and my buddy here have been expecting you. My sticky buddy, Sully here with the... Oh, excuse me, I've got some pussy hair on me. Check that shit out. It's a sticky roller designed to clean up any mess. Poodles, pussies, people, you name it. Use it as a back scratcher. You can rinse it off, dry it off, jerk it off. I don't care what you do with it or where the hair even came from. Silks, suedes, swag. Ladies, I don't care how smelly or hairy your carpets are. My rubber fingers get in there deep. Just rinse it off for a nice beverage. Wipe it off. Oh, there we are. Do all kinds of shit with it. Aren't you tired of ripping your hair out because you're trying to drive and the kids are making a fucking mess? You'll be making so much money, it pays itself off.
Ooh, precious food. Ooh, that's good. Thanks, buddy.
Everybody has an evil cat or an annoying dog. Use it to groom them, or even yourself.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow!
Normally, a sticky is $20, but a sticky buddy is only $10.99. You'll also get a cover. You gotta use protection. Even if it's a quickie, wrap that sticky. Stop rolling up your money with those old lint rollers. The fuck is wrong with you? Check out the suggestively sized sticky buddy. You're gonna want to stroke it, but not too much. It'll make a mess. Hide it in your purse. 007, leave it somewhere as a pleasant surprise. And like I said before, I have magic rubber fingers that get deep into your hairy cracks. Get some buddies for just $10.99. But wait, there's more. If you have jumbo-sized pubes, we got a jumbo-sized sticky bunny. Who let Spider-Man in the house? The cat's flipping turds everywhere. Who keeps flicking their boogers under the bed? But you know what? The hair that you find is yours to do with as you please. Why not make a toupee or break out the turbo snake? All of these guys will be your buddies with their rubber fingers for just $10.99. Ask about free shipping. Now get out of my house. Isn't that right, Mr. Wuss Wuss?
Hi, this is Bob Fritz, host of the Oldies But Goodies show here on SKO Radio. Join me every Sunday morning from 11 to 2 Eastern Standard Time for the best of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. You can get your requests in by going to Facebook page Yesterday and Today's Classic Music Chat, Tribute, and Games.
Hey everyone, Aaron K. back here from the Manpocalypse Radio Show. And if you're anything like me, well, you're going to need a lot of therapy. But until then, it's time to stop using your mobile devices and your point-and-click cameras to capture those moments that mean so much to you. Why settle for random shots when you can have your event or milestone captured correctly and rendered into something you simply can't take your eyes off of? M. Hague Photography will shoot your senior, wedding, bar mitzvah, anniversary, hell, he'll even do your parole hearing if the court will allow it. Easy to work with, affordable, and not just a true professional, but a real artist with an eye for the amazing and editing skills that are second to none. Look, I'm not just saying this because he's my friend and co-host. Oh, no. He's already done my son's senior portraits and our family portraits as well. And they are of such quality that I can't think of anywhere where we don't have these on display. M. Hague Photography, 330-430-9747. You can also reach him at mhagephoto@gmail.com. That's M. Hague Photography, a real man's photographer.
You're listening to SKO Radio, where there is no fake news. Fact is, we don't have any news at all.
Here's to the finest crew in Starfleet. Engage. Captain Jean Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain Jean Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
First duty of every Starfleet officer is to the truth. Scientific truth, or historical truth, or personal truth. It is the guiding principle on which Starfleet is based. If you can't find it within yourself to stand up, tell the truth, you don't deserve to wear that uniform.
This is becoming a speech.
You're the captain, sir. You're entitled.
Not entitled to ramble on about something everyone knows.
Captain Jean Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain Jean Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
He just kept talking in one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic so that no one had the chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic. Not incredible, unconventional, moving from topic to topic, unconventional, moving from topic to topic, quite hypnotic. Unconventional, moving from topic to topic.
have to call again. I'm just leaving. I'm not dressed properly. My love is a fever, longing till for that which longer nurseth the disease. Help me more. In faith, I do not love thee. With mine eyes they be 1,000 ever see. But 'tis my heart that loves what they despise. In despite of you are pleased to know. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Help me more.
You're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now at 234-200-5110. Again, that's 234-200-5110. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
All right, we're back here on Some Kind of Radio Show. Down to about 20 minutes left. I'll say this is the first time in the history of this program we played a song.
Yes.
Oh my.
I mean, really. I mean, intentionally played a song.
I think you're right.
True. Yeah, intentionally played a song.
True.
Yep. Take my
Should put it as part of the station lineup.
You know, I'm actually thinking about adding it into the thing. That's actually kind of funny. I think I just get a kick out of it every time I hear it. You know, like I had to play it. You know,
Captain Jean-Luc
Picard
Picard
of the USS Enterprise, Captain Jean-Luc Picard. It's one of those that will kind of stick with you a little bit. You know.
I used to work with a guy who would. He was pretty apathetic towards Star Trek, but he loved this song. Whenever we be patrolling the hospital, since I was a rent-a-cop in my last job,
right?
You patrol the outside at like 2:00 in the morning, and you roll the windows of the security truck down and blare this song.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. By the way, speaking of which, did you get my email with the opener?
I did, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Okay. Yeah, I did it. I did like 10 tries at it, then I finally got through the whole thing without laughing. So I said, here it is, I'm sending it. So I tried to space it out how Patrick Stewart would say, you know, when he does it. I tried to space it out with the spacing he did. So, you know, I tried to do it that way, and I tried to get a little bit more, unlike, you know, the one I did with the Kirk style. I tried to get a little bit, I can't do a Patrick Stewart imitation very well, but I try to get a little bit more internet radio, the final frontier. You know, I mean, I kind of got a little bit more,
a little more dramatic,
a little bit more pronounced, not as excited. You know, like how in the Shatner version is. So,
not as hammed up as Shatner.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It'll work, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll work.
You'll love it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I was just. That's like I saw we got posted last night, and I was like, oh crap, I had a copyright issue, right? But it's only blocked on like the UK. I'm like, hell with it. But anyone checks it out, you can watch it on Vimeo anyway. So
yeah,
because that's why we have that account, so we can. Anything we have trouble with on YouTube goes to Vimeo anyway, so it's like, don't worry about it so much anymore. But it is what it is. But at least we got the Vimeo now, and at least we get everything in the way we intend it to. So that's what's really cool now. So no issues there.
None. Amazingly enough.
Well, yeah, it's different set of standards. I mean, they don't police it like like the YouTube does. With the copyright stuff. I think they give people a little bit more, leniency on, putting this stuff together like that. They know, hey, you're just doing something for fun. There you go. Is what it is. All right, 11:42. We got about 18 minutes left. If you'd like to call the program and join us, give us a call, 234-251-10. Again, 234-251-10. I'll get you right through to the program this evening, and we'll be here for another, about 17 more minutes. We got programming coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow leads off with Radioactive at 11 a.m. It's going to take them a few months. I'm so used to saying the Ham Radio Heaven show, but Radioactive from 11 to 1. Then from 1 to 5 is Game Jam with Casey. And then from 5 to about 6 o'clock, a little after 6, will be the latest edition of Drinks with Larry. And there will be a little bit of a pause and automation between 6:05 and 7 between 6:00, and then the Apocalypse is back on the air tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. They go 7 to 10. And then going into our Sunday programming, we have a pretty good Sunday lineup here for you. Starts off with some kind of kids show from 10 to 11 a.m. on Sunday. And then right after that goes immediately into from 11 to 2,
the Oldies Goodies
show with Bob Fritz. And then there's a little bit of a break, not really a break, it just goes in automation until a little bit later in the evening. From 6 to 8 will be Firearms, Freedom, and Facts with Tony
and Sean.
And you guys will be on the air 6 to 8. And then we are bringing back Let's Talk. I know a few people have actually asked me about it. We're moving the Let's Talks from 4 to 6 on the first Sunday of every month. So we're going to have Let's Talks, and that's going to be on the October the 7th. That'll be our Let's Talk. I think Dylan is slated to host.
Yeah, that's
tentative. Tentatively, Dylan's slated to host that show. So, and then, but yeah, I mean, we got a lot going on, and then starting next week, we do have a new podcast going to be running during the day. Drinks with Larry is going to run noon to 1, and then from 1 to 2, we're going to have another podcast. In fact, I got to look up the name again because I'm not as 100% familiar with the name of it again here, but we got to find it again.
Something Cosmos.
Yes, Pop Culture Cosmos. And he sent me a whole bunch to my Facebook, but I actually got them in my email too, so I'm going to have to load those into the... Can't load them in tonight. I'll have to load them in on Sunday. So, but that's going to be running Monday through Friday as well.
Yeah.
So, starting to get some daytime programming on the network. So, it's trying to fill some gaps. I mean, we still got a lot of gaps to fill. From like 2 to 6, pretty much Monday through Friday. But maybe we'll pick up a few more podcasts, maybe a live show in there at some point. But definitely picking up some shows. I mean, that's what's important. Is getting more shows on the station.
Yeah.
That's one thing we've done more than double. I think we've almost we're pretty close to tripling our show content from 2 months ago to now. So I mean, we're definitely increasing. We have programming every day of the week here.
Yeah.
And that's important. We have some form of program every single day, and that's especially in this business. You got to have programming every day.
Oh yeah.
Got to keep it. You can run automation. That's great. It is what it is. Pretty much every radio station in the world runs automation anymore. But to do what we're doing, we feel it's important to have some form of programming in here, whether it be live or even recorded. To get talk shows are very important to us. Talk programs, music shows, whatever we run, it's all very important. It's all relative to the cause here. So we're growing, a little bit by little, and definitely picked up a lot of talent in this last month or so. We've picked up a ton of talent, and we're grateful to have everybody that's come on board with us. A lot of good people. I think we got a lot of good people to come on board here, and they're a very excited bunch to be here. Everyone's excited to be here. Everyone's happy to be here. We're all having fun, and we're increasing our capabilities and getting things to the point where we're going to be ready to switch our automated system here real soon. So once we switch that system over, look out, because we're going to actually be able to run some theme days on music, which will be really cool. It's one thing we want to.
Can we do some live remotes too?
No, we're not going to do any live remotes, John. No, we decided. Yeah, we're going to do live remotes.
Well, we thought about doing it, and then we decided no.
We got a live remote Sunday, and that's right. Oh. Sunday night, and that's right. After you guys,
yep.
Sunday night, 9:30 to 11 will be our live show. And it's funny, I've been getting ready for this thing like crazy, and I almost forget to hype the damn thing. 9:30 to 11 Eastern will be the sports talk show from the bar. That's all I can call it right now, because we don't have a final name for it yet. But when we do, we'll definitely let everyone know what that name is. We should have that name by tomorrow. If not, we'll have it Sunday when we get started.
Yeah, it'll be like launching the show and
here's the name. Everyone guess what the name of this show is going to be.
No, is this going to be a show that's always live remoted from the Windsor?
Always remote, yes, always.
Then maybe, if it's okay with the business owner, have Windsor as part of the show name.
Maybe. We can definitely talk to him about it. I'll see what he wants to do, because we had some names thrown around, then we're like, it's too close to this. Then we settled on one that we liked, and then we come to find out, we can't use it. Because there's actually a local podcast around here that has the same name, like we can't use it. So it's like, no, we can't do that. That would not be cool, Plus, I don't feel like getting sued, because I don't know if they have copyright on it or not. So,
see, Adam, it was like, when we were getting ready before the station launched, I had settled on a name for my sports show.
Yeah.
And just couldn't go with it just because one of the parts of it happens to be a copyrighted Disney character.
Mm-hmm. So we just,
like a big green ogre, if you get my drift.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And
it just wasn't. Yeah, just like legal pretty much said, you might not want to do that.
May not want to.
Just let's just avoid any issues, so we don't have to. We don't want to get sued. We don't want to be shut down before we get started.
Yeah.
We're going to sue you for $10 billion. Oh, well, shit, I'm done. You want to take it out of my ass now? Or?
An hour later.
Right. Who knows?
Now and later.
Now and later and forever. Because they're like, I can just see how ugly that would get. Like, knowing Disney, look out.
Yeah, and they own ABC. They now own Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, too, Fox owned MASH, which now means Klinger's the Disney princess.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I mean, MASH was
Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Right. Princess Leia is now a Disney princess. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, MASH was this TV show that made me want to go in the Army.
Right.
I figure if I'm going to go to war, it's got to be fun like it was for them.
Yeah, not so much.
Nah. Turned out not to be the case.
Yeah, not so much.
What was that, Adam?
When did you serve, Tony?
91 and 93.
Were you overseas?
No, not at all. I got stuck at Fort Lost in the Woods, Missouri, a.k.a. Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, for not only for my OSAT, for my basic, and that's where I served. I went absolutely nowhere.
How far is that from Whiteman Air Force Base?
You're probably maybe about a half hour, because it's southwestern central Missouri.
Okay.
The easiest way to describe it.
Lebanon,
Missouri, or Rolla.
Oh, okay. I'm somewhat familiar with Missouri because I grew up in the Kansas City area, and I've got friends who have worked at Whiteman Air Force Base. So,
bring yourself up a map of the Mark Twain National Forest, and pretty much it's in there. That's why they call it Fort Lost in the Woods.
Fort Lost in the Woods.
Yeah.
What was your MOS?
I was an 88 Mike. I was a truck driver.
Okay. I should have prefaced, if you don't mind me asking, because some people don't want to talk about that stuff.
No,
So.
you want to know the thing. I'm at the University of Akron a couple days a week for my regular job. Ran into a kid 20 years old who's already a freaking second lieutenant. He hasn't even went to boot camp yet because he was at ROTC.
Oh,
wow!
And I'm like, are you shitting me? You're a butter bar. You haven't even been to boot camp yet. So he'll go to boot camp as a second lieutenant. See, I don't remember having any officers in my unit.
How much you want to bet is going to go through boot camp with that holier than thou, I'm better than you attitude?
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, when I was talking to him, he seemed a little bit humble, but that could have been, I don't know. It's just, I just couldn't imagine. I mean, you're already you're already a second lieutenant.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I'm like, well, if I was still in, I probably should salute you, but I'm like, you just had that. There are people that spend years and years and years in the Army, and then, of course, then they, could get commissioned to go to OCS, and here he is. He goes through a couple years of ROTC in college, and
Dylan wants to join the Space Force.
Yeah,
that's right.
Is he going to get a red shirt?
I'm gonna
get a red shirt.
I'm gonna be a space shuttle door gunner.
Yeah,
space shuttle door
gunner. No, I picture him surfing on a craft like what's the one that's got Seth MacFarlane on it?
Oh, the Orville.
The Orville. Yeah. We'll put you on the Orville.
Yeah,
that's actually a pretty good show.
Yeah,
it's a great show.
I'd go on that show and bang the first officer and the security chick.
The security chick will kill you.
I'd let her.
That'd be a pleasant death.
I'd let her.
That'd be like the Orville equivalent of death by Snoo Snoo.
Yeah, I would let her. Hey, whatever you want to do. Take me out slowly. Take me out quick and hard. I don't care. You do whatever you want to do. Be a good way to go.
I'm glad that's coming back along with Discovery. I'm going to have stuff to watch now.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to Discovery coming back. Especially curious to see this a little bit more of the new Enterprise that they put out for this show. I want to see exactly what they've done, and I really want to see it. I'm very excited about it. Very excited.
Their casting choices have been pretty on par, I think.
I think so too. I mean, especially we got Anson Mount coming in as Captain Pike. I mean, he looks really good. As far as the little bit I've seen of the previews, I mean, he looks dead on for that role. I mean, really dead on. I mean, even more. I mean, I thought Bruce Greenwood did a great job in the.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Anson Mount, the look. He has that Pike look. You know what I mean? He's got it. He's got the look.
And the name escapes me, the guy that plays Sarek now, but he's pretty dead on as well.
Oh yeah, he's was it James Frayne? That's not right.
Yeah.
Frayne, James Frayne. Yeah. I
saw him on an episode of Californication, and I'm just like, I saw that after I saw Discovery. I'm just like, I'm seeing Sarek engaged in this conversation with David Duchovny about sex, and I just can't see it beyond Sarek. So it's
right, a little hard.
It's blending together with me. So.
Yeah, but no, I'll tell you what, I mean, he plays a dead-on Sarek. I mean, really, really good. And they did cast someone for Spock. I mean, kind of interesting. They kept saying they weren't going to do an adult Spock, but they sure as hell are. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation going around there. I'll be like, I'll believe it when I see it one way or the other.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy they got for Spock, I think I can get used to that.
Yeah, I could get used to it too.
He's pretty much dead on as well for me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad that they are going to introduce him. I mean, he's important to that timeline. I mean, he's important to that whole era. I'm really. Yeah, I'm really.
Well, that's right. The guy that they cast is actually Gregory Peck's grandson or great grandson or something like
that. Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I think they've done some good stuff there, and I'm really, I'm really excited about it. I mean, I'm just really excited about it coming back, and it's still a few months away, but I mean, I think it's gonna be worth the wait. I just wish it wasn't so long in between the two seasons, but. It's one of those I'm going to have to go back and sit down and rewatch season one again, go through it all, get myself back up to date on everything once again because it's not so fresh in my mind. After like a typical hiatus would be, only a few months. I mean, this is like almost a year,
Yeah.
between the seasons. So it's going to be quite interesting to see the change, to see what they do and see what the new casting additions are. I'm curious who's actually going to end up being the captain of the Discovery. I'm wondering who this is going to be. It's going to be interesting.
Well, they say in the preview that Pike takes over, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, he takes over for a little bit, but I want to see who's actually going to end up being the captain, in all eventuality. Because they were on their way, if you remember, they were on their way to go pick up the new captain from Vulcan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, Plus, I was watching some of the old stuff where, they talked about how, if the mirror universe people transpose. Now, if, Captain, what's his name? He was the bad guy. What's his name?
Lorca.
I wonder if the real Lorca reappeared in the regular universe, if he's still alive.
He brought, what the fuck's his name? Jason Isaacs.
Yeah.
He was a very good actor for
Yes.
that role.
Yes.
And I think he would play a Prime Universe counterpart equally well.
I think he would too. And they're assuming he's dead. They never said officially he's dead. They just assumed he's dead. So I'm willing to bet he's still alive and he's going to be coming back as the Prime Universe character. I'm looking forward to seeing that, if that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. They haven't said one way or the other, really.
I'm just wondering if the captain they're going to pick up is the actual captain, if there is the real Lorca. It makes you kind of think.
Yeah. And plus, both the people behind the scenes and Jason Isaacs have been kind of beating around the bush around that particular subject.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Jason Isaacs has been kind of fucking around with folks on social media, whether or not he's the good guy or the bad guy. Before he was announced, he was the bad guy.
Right,
so.
right. Kind of, they all kind of. I already had suspicions he was the bad guy, early on, just the way he was starting to act, and just the little triangular thing for the agonizing thing. That was like that scar that could be interesting. I started thinking about that. That was one of my first thoughts. Is that an agonizer scar?
Oh, now you know.
And now we know the truth. It was so. But anyway, we got about a minute to go, and then we can get out of here for the night and turn it over to the automation system till tomorrow. And but I'll tell you what, fun show tonight, guys. I mean, a lot of fun. Good to talk about some Star Trek. I mean, we did kind of hit some Star Trek. We kind of went back and did some more regular stuff too, which is good, and just a fun show. And I do want to thank everybody who tuned in. I want to thank everybody who took part and being a part of the program as always, and looking forward to next week's show, doing a salute to Deep Space Nine as we continue Star Trek month here on some kind of radio show. So, but I think it's about that time. We're going to go ahead and get on out of here, and I want to thank Adam Leto, John Sinsel on the phone, Tony the Comedy Killer, and of course Dylan Thompson for joining us here. Hi. Hi. And everyone who called in tonight, too. So thank you, everyone. We're going to tune on out for the night. We'll see everybody next week here on some kind of radio show. Have a good night, everybody.